It's the Bennington Show. That should really be our new opening. Chris isn't using it anymore, so why can't we have it? It's the Bennington Show Thursday. I'm Ron Bennington, Gail Bennington.
Yo.
And I'm Ron Bennington. No. That was to me, the REM song where they kind of turned into Talking Heads for a second.
Yeah. That's our Talking Heads moment. A good moment to have, though.
Oh, yeah. Fred Armisen is having it now. Have you seen that Talking Heads parody band that he has?
No, I haven't seen it.
It was on the big Seth Meyers show the other night. It's part of the Documentary Now thing. I'll play it for you a little later on. It's just, Fred is insane. Like, literally, weirdly insane.
Yeah, he is a very, very bizarre person.
Here's what I like about him. He's very funny, but a punchline means nothing to him. Like, at a certain point, when you see this parody band, you're like, and the punchline is, but it isn't. It's just like if there was an alternate reality where he kind of had a Talking Heads type band. That's it. That's the whole punchline.
Was he the one who did the Summertime in Fayetteville song? That's the same idea where there's no punchline to it. It's great and it is funny, but there was no sketch that went along. It was just like, wouldn't this be weird if we did this?
This is what kills me. I'm like laughing, knowing that I would love that band if I was 15.
Yeah.
And I kind of did. You know what I mean? Any band that sounded like that when I was 15, I did.
Well, even when it was like a couple weekends ago, when it was Labor Day weekend, I had that song stuck in my head like it was a real song.
Yeah, it is a real song, though.
Summertime in Fayetteville. hot summertime.
Believe me, I would have been yelling Summertime at Fayetteville when I was a kid. I just couldn't wait to hear that fucking song. And this is the fact that for some reason he looks like Greg Allman in 72 doing that, you know? And then he's not singing like Greg Allman, but he is at the keyboards and he does have the hair, but that's it. Right. That's as far as he goes with it. All right, it is the Bennington Show. You had a big night last night, Gail. You went to see some comedy superstars. I
did. I went to go see Colin Quinn, who is working on a new hour, and then I stuck around and got to see Nick DiPaolo. It's such a fantastic night. Both of those guys are so damn funny. I can't even believe it.
You did this at what club?
So this was at the Fat Black Pussycat, which is right next door to the Village Underground. It's pretty much connected. It's like the same thing.
This is the thing that kills me about the Cellar. They have the great room of the city, right? Then they open up another room that I love, the Underground.
Yeah.
And then there's this, what we were using as the green room is now a place where guys are putting together their specials.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking really cool room.
It's such a cool room. You're sitting in there. It's like lanterns hanging, like candle lit, big, like comfy chairs.
Like
$5.
Bar.
Yeah, it's like a hookah bar. It's $5 and you get to see phenomenal comics.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's such a...
It's one thing. I knew you were saying Colin, but I didn't know you were hanging around.
Yeah, because I had seen... If you even just follow, if you follow them on Twitter, because sometimes they end up, kind of adding shows throughout the week.
Yeah.
You get updates. So that's how I found out that Colin was doing the shows again this week. I think he's doing like a couple nights there.
Well, this is the really cool thing. There's nowhere else in the city that somebody can go and do an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, I guess you could headline Caroline's or Gotham, but just to say, look, I don't have my hour yet. I want to take some time, put together my hour, and to have a place for that. It's unbelievable.
Everything. I mean, this hour that Colin's putting together is so incredibly funny, but he has like a 5-minute chunk on Jim Norton, and I'm not going to give anything away.
The fact that you even said it.
You should just see it. It's you have to see him do it.
I'm going to actually tell him to expand that. I want to see.
He considered it. He said it does very well, and he's thinking of just doing an hour.
Here's what this makes me angry, because if you go back and listen to any unmasked I do in front of a crowd, I will name check Jim Norton and get a big laugh every single time. And I'm like, man, when am I going to get busted doing that? But if somebody says, like, something happened, and I go, oh, that just broke Jim Norton's heart, or you know what I mean? Like
whatever it is.
All I have to say is, I'll give Jim Norton a call and give him the bad news. Whatever it is, like first of all, I love the fact that Jimmy has no idea how beloved he is on that level. That if you just hear his name,
people
it just makes you laugh. But yeah, I've been getting away with murder with that, and now Colin is turning it into big bucks. Good for you, Colin. And Nick DiPaolo, amazing.
He's so incredibly funny. These are two guys you have to see.
Yes. And they've known each other for a million years, and they're funny together, they're funny apart.
Dude, Colin started to talk about the fact that Nick was going to be right after him. And he went into a DiPaolo impression that was hilarious, but gave me chills. It was so weird. It was so nuanced.
Of course. You know why? He has had nothing else to do in the past 30 years to make fun of his best friends. That is so damn funny. Oh, good. I'm happy for both of them. I'm happy for you. You got to go down there for a couple bucks. See, 2 hours of world-class comedy in a very cool, comfortable room. Although, I mean, some of those couches I can barely stay awake in.
Yeah, you definitely have to be.
I have couches more comfortable than my bed. This is what happened with me in the movies. It's become a problem. I can't put my legs up and watch a movie and not snooze a little bit.
First, we were sitting on these couches. Then we moved to this one section where there's just like these giant velvety armchairs. Yeah. And I was like, it's like watching comedy in like a womb. It was very comfortable in there.
Well, do you remember the I know it was called so it was a Christmas thing, but Seth Rogen did About Last Night or something, the night of, some kind of crazy, all right, I know, no one saw it. And it's pretty funny, but it was a Christmas movie last year where him and his buddies are looking for a Christmas party, and they can't, look, Chris is trying to look it up on his phone because he knows I don't want to hear him tapping.
That's what I was trying to start doing. It's the night before.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Chris,
why
don't beat you to
that?
everything.
You can get it.
So I went with Joey Jojo, right? And I'm like, so the movie ends, and I'm like, what'd you think, Joey? And he's like, I loved it. It's going to be a giant hit. I'm like, I fell asleep a couple minutes in it. It was on TV the other night. I must have slept for an hour and 15 minutes. I remembered almost nothing from this movie. And then I interviewed the entire cast. But that was the problem. First of all, I had to go through the cold. I get to the Times Square theater, and you got to go up 8 escalators. It's like a trip. Like I should have had a bag that I took with me. So by the time I got up there and you sit in a warm theater, I'm like, oh man, this seat's kind of comfortable. Huh? Maybe I'll just shut one eye a little bit.
Rest your eyes.
Yeah, rest my eyes. It's been a long day. Yeah. Been a long day for me.
Bunch of escalators.
Chris Stanley's feeling the pressure, the big sandwich off that's been, in the back of your mind for 3 months.
Yeah.
Did you bring the sharp knife?
The sharp knife is, yes, it's the Knife Club knife.
Because I have a theory about this when you're doing a taste test, and we're going to do a taste test.
Yeah.
I think you need small pieces. I don't think you want to sit around and eat half a sandwich and decide whether it's good. You got to sit there and have small pieces.
Make sure you have that samurai sword of a knife that you keep around.
It will be used.
I believe that's my knife, right?
It is your knife, yes.
Who gave it to me?
Pit Doc.
Of course he did.
That's the start of Knife Club.
Yeah.
The craziest time.
That was the beginning? I didn't realize that knife was the beginning of Knife Club.
Yeah, it was. He had given you that knife, and then during the grand jury days, when we were like recording the first
God, we were so tired.
2/3 of the show after you got out of the grand jury.
Yeah.
And then things just got really weird towards the end of grand jury.
Here's what happened with grand jury, because they made me go every afternoon. And I would record. So here's what I do. I'd come in the grand jury, and 2/3 of the show would have already happened. So I would do the last hour, right? Live. But then I would do the first 2 hours of the next day. And then go home, go to sleep, go see horrible fucking pictures of murdered people, and then come back here, do the last hour of the 2 hours before. And that went on for a month. And we were just out of our minds. But it's that thing, it's that thing that they bring up in sobriety, is that you start doing other things to make yourself high. You know what I mean? Like, this thing was like being weirdly high.
Sure.
It was like a mescaline trip that went on. So I'm like, no, I like working this hard. But, really, I'm just like, I love flying nutty. I might as well just been spinning around. I don't want to get into some of these big stories. Chris Stanley, the kiosk that has to be upended in New York. You said in that story. What's that all about?
Okay, so now, all right, so they removed all the phone booths in here in New York City, and they replaced them with these big Wi-Fi centers, which also have screens on them where you can charge your phone, and then you can also browse the internet. They become havens for people masturbating, drunk people just hanging out, cruising the internet on there, and charging their phones, and it's just it's a congregation point for weirdness in New York City. So now people want to get them out of here.
So this is the place that you're supposed to go plug in your phone.
Yeah.
And then they made it so you can surf the internet there?
Yeah, because there's a little screen, and there's a place to put speakers in, so you can listen to shit on the internet on this fucking kiosk.
It's the street.
I know.
It's not the fucking mall, and it's not fucking Disney World.
I see dudes just sitting in front of them on the ground with headphones in, watching shit on the screens. What? And sometimes porn, sometimes just a TV show. YouTube's big on these things. Just sitting in the street. Guys who don't look homeless, also. Homeless guys and dudes who have...
It's dudes with small apartments. There's plenty of guys with small apartments that they share with 3 other people. They're the reasons why you can't go get a cup of coffee and sit down, because they've been there for 9 hours.
And now, most recently, people have been seeing people masturbating in front of the kiosks.
Look, these kiosks are not made for you, me, none of us that live here. They're made for tourists.
Yeah.
I'd rather live in a fucking city that has guys masturbating in the street than seeing people in those big fucking shorts taking pictures of nothing. I am done with acting like where you live is something that other people can come look at. It's no longer a city. The people, like when you go to San Francisco now, you're not going to San Francisco. You're going to the San Francisco experience.
Right.
It's a fake fucking thing. Every city is now set up with a duck boat, a double-decker bus, and you're just like, no, I'm just in Philly. I don't want to be part of the Philly experience that you're lying about.
Right. This is not the real...
A lived-in city.
Yeah. And then, you know what also bugs me? Then people will say to New Yorkers or wherever, whatever city you live in, someone will say, I couldn't live here. I couldn't live. Well, it's well, you didn't really live here. You just walked through Times Square. Of course you're going to be very overwhelmed. But there's also a way to live life that doesn't involve...
Guess what?
Walking by the M&M store every day.
Right. And guess what? You're right. You couldn't live here. That's why you are where you are.
We don't want you here.
That's fine. I mean, I can't live at the top of a mountain either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
By the way, any mountain town is just set up for, please, tourists, come in and see us. We're all beach towns now. We didn't fucking realize that we all turned into Wildwood. Because the only way to make money in a city is by selling fucking T-shirts to strangers and giving them incredibly overpriced hotel rooms. You can't go anywhere now. And a hotel room will go anywhere from $110 to $600, depending on what the traffic looks like that weekend. You know what I'm saying? It's just amazing. Why don't they try that with the fucking tunnel? Oh, the tunnel, if you go, it's $1.25. If you go 3 o'clock in the morning, you go at 6 o'clock at night, it's $75. Why don't we start and do that? Because that's the way you run your fucking hotels.
Well, in my neighborhood, directly across the river from Manhattan, it's a 5-minute train ride. There's nothing but hotels have come up. $500 a night for the hotels. Yeah. For a hotel room in Astoria.
Right.
It's horrible.
Yes, that's the thing. A hotel room is no place to go anymore just to get your nut. That used to be a thing. Hey, I got an extra hour. When will you go get our nuts off? No, no more.
Too pricey.
It's way too pricey.
Then you have to weigh it out. Is this worth it?
I'll just go to a kiosk.
I'll say this, I'll fuck you in the trunk. How's that? I'll bang you in the trunk and save us $500. I'll take you out and get you a great fucking meal. This should, by the way, cost $75, but it's $500. What I'll do is, to get even, is I won't tip the goddamn waiter. All right? Like I'm a Pittsburgh Steeler, the scumbag Pittsburgh Steeler.
He's a backup running back, too.
I'm going to root against them every fucking week now until they, as a team, pay that tip.
I'm with you on that.
I'd rather see them kneeling down while they played Why they played Schindler's List. I wish they would kneel down during Schindler's List.
I always salute during Schindler's List. It's long, too. It's a long time to stand at attention.
I haven't seen it because it seems like it's a very long list.
Oh, yeah. It's a long list, but it should have been longer.
It should have been Schindler's Lisp, where he's just has this fun, I'm here to save the Jews. I want to save all the Jews if I can.
No one's going to take you seriously.
How many Jews are on this list anyway? Quite a few. Quite a few. Well, let's get back to the list. Schindler's Lisp. Bum, 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 bum. All right, this was written. When you say, I'll bang you in the trunk, does that mean anal? I guess it does. I guess there's a way of saying, yeah. I guess that would be street slang that Chris has.
It's both.
What's the latest slang we should be knowing, Chris?
Well, okay, so if you are going to your drug dealer, you're going to your plug. Like, I gotta go to the plug.
I don't like that one because I don't understand it. Why is he a plug?
I guess because he's responsible for all the drugs. So when you go to the plug, you unopen the plug and you get the drugs. That's as best as I can figure it out.
I saw this, and this is very bad for pluggers all over the country. Canada is opening up the first heroin clinic where you can go and get heroin. I think the deal is you have to be shot up by a nurse.
Really?
Yeah.
And what kind of ailment do you have to say you have in order to...
You have to have a heroin addiction.
Gotcha.
That's true. But the problem with shooting up by a nurse, again, it would be so much better if you do this at people's houses.
They provide the heroin?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you got to be on a thing of you got a heroin problem.
Yeah.
But they want to get you nice, pure, unstepped on heroin.
Instead of getting like a hot shot or something.
Yes, instead of getting a hot shot. You're exactly right.
Dirty heroin is what you're trying to say.
You had another slang word that you wanted to bring out for everyone. Yeah, because you can't trust heroin plugs. You know what I mean? These heroin plugs will fucking step on it. But I was reading this, that just like with marijuana, there's something like heroin is 700 times more powerful now than it was back in the 70s, because just like everything else, just like marijuana,
makes sense.
You've purified it, you made it stronger, blah, blah, blah.
That's why it's bad to jump back in the game.
You can't jump back in the game.
If you get out of the game, you're out. Just be done with it.
I know, I just might want to, just skim pop for a little bit. Just skim pop.
Not even
nothing.
skim pop.
Get a different game.
Jesus, that's the game I get, right? Jesus, I got you. Can I have my sandwich now?
I shoot up with the word of God.
Yeah, it's the Lord. Now, is there any bologna? I see ham. No bologna. It's those fucking guys on the street. They just want to get something to eat, but they have to sit around and agree with what's being said to them by the people. Like, yeah, he does work mysterious ways. So there's no chips. Okay. Because normally when I have a sandwich, I like to have a couple chips with it. It's like a little side crunchy thing.
A beverage?
Orange drink, but no orange juice. Is that it?
Come on.
It's free, Chris.
Still. I prefer grape drink to orange drink.
That's because you're 3. A grape drink is something that's never been drank by an adult. You love it when you're a child. You just love
it's the shit.
A grape drink. But you get older and you can't have a grape drink. And then, unless you're like this, well, it's Boylan's. I'm going to have a grape soda from Boylan's. So good. Isn't it?
Bottle.
Yeah. It's a nice bottle. It's like old Brooklyn, isn't it? Go.
So old-timey.
I was at the Brooklyn Diner for the first time in forever. And they used to have our names on the plaque, but I didn't go over to check. You know how they have those little tiny plaques there? Because we used to eat over there all the time when we worked on 57th Street. But so it's been years. It's been over 10 years. And they used to have this great Caesar salad with this huge kind of garlic bread that was really like a slice of pizza, right? So I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm not that hungry. I'll just have the chef's salad. I was trying to get... You know what I mean? I was trying to act like I was shocked when it came in, so no one would think that I was like, what are you doing? Like, eat half a pizza, add some lettuce. The lettuce is gone. it's kale and the big garlic thing. There's some small garlic, like crouton type things in it.
Oh.
They're delicious. The kale's delicious.
Yeah.
But I know in my heart, I'm like, they're trying to make something good for me. And it used to be like a bad thing that you could eat.
Yeah.
You know? Like a delicious bad thing.
I am a big fan of a bad for you salad.
That's all there are.
Yeah.
Salads are not that good for you because of the dressings.
Yeah. And in fact, I say that a lot, like post-show. Vito and I usually like to discuss what we're going to eat. Chris gets really annoyed. And
he doesn't like
usually ends with me being like, I think I'm going to do a bad for you salad.
Ron, the discussion's going on for so long. When we could just go in the elevator, walk out and find a place, get the food, and get back up here. It drives me nuts, the fucking conversations to go on.
You don't understand. Vito and Gail like talking to each other.
Yeah, we like each other. We are friends. So when we like make life decisions, we like to discuss them with each other. It's a friendship that we have.
It's so annoying.
And then, do you want to know something else that really hurts my feelings? Not only does he gets really cranky when he's like, I don't care what we eat. I'm like, well, that's disgusting. Like, to me, that's a disgusting thought, right?
No, it's
like,
not.
That you don't care what you eat.
There's like 1 of 4 places we're going to go, right? In all possibility. I don't care which one we go to. So let's just fucking go. Let's make a decision. Pull the trigger.
So then we get downstairs, and this is really cruel. We decide where we're going. He walks faster than us. He walks.
One day they'll follow the lead. One day.
Okay.
But here's the thing. He walks faster than us. On the way to get the food is part of the fun. We're walking and we're talking, and then we get the food and we bring the food back.
Oh.
Look, I understand if we have an appointment, but what's the rush?
Chris, do you understand what she's telling you? And Gail, do you see that Chris is coming from a different place?
Yeah, I understand. It's a weird place, though.
No, I think it's a practical place.
Now, do you understand what you see as weird, he sees as practical?
Sure.
I mean, I think there's common ground here, and I really I celebrate both of you guys being able to express yourselves.
Thank you.
Way, you know?
Thank you for the help, but I don't think she's going to change.
I understand.
Why do I have to change?
But can I just point out that I wish Opie and Anthony would have had these kind of talks before
You're right.
it got so bad, before one of them fucked the other one in a church or what? I don't remember everything that happened.
Is that what happened?
Something like that. But the important thing is expressing yourself and being heard. Heard. Okay?
I feel like I'm heard but ignored,
Okay.
which is the fucking problem here.
Yeah, and that's a cold place, right, for you?
Yeah.
And that reminds you of being a little boy again. Right?
Yes, and that was also icy back then, and it's icy now.
Right.
But it hurts me that I'm reaching out. I'm giving him friendship.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Hashtag?
get him. I'm giving him hashtag friendship,
Hashtag friendship.
Yeah.
much like Paul would. And I want him to be friends with my friends, Vito. Share some interests, like I do.
Do you have any interest in Vito at all, Chris?
No, I just want the both of them to stop fucking taking 15 minutes every day.
Yeah.
Every day, 15 minutes to figure out of 1 of the 4 places to go to get eat food around here.
Okay, let me just say this, Chris.
One of them's gone now. Chipotle's out.
But only because of you. No one else feels that way. But do you realize that you could go to lunch by yourself?
That's what I did yesterday.
Oh boy.
He
That's a
did.
slide. I thought that was going to be a threat.
And okay, here's the thing though. He wouldn't come back with us because he wanted to eat at a place because he didn't want to eat in public because now he shares an office.
Oh, you need to be alone.
I like to be alone. And they wanted to eat like on the 37th floor, like just fucking everyone walking around.
Do you want to know something? So on the 37th floor, I don't know if you noticed this.
Yeah.
There's like little tables up there. It's like a little cafe. So me and Vito have the idea to go up there, and we're telling him, don't be weird. No one's going to come by. Who's going to come by that little area? We saw so many people. We saw Big J. We saw Christine Soder came up. People would just walk up and just be like, oh, what do you got there? What is it? That's and then I assured him it wouldn't happen. It happened like 50 times.
Because I know. It's not a cafe.
What did you have?
I had a tuna fish sandwich.
Oh, you like your tuna, do you?
I love tuna.
Yeah.
He does.
I know. I already heard. I saw Big J's Twitter. I want Big J. Could you book him?
Yeah.
Because he has a thing that he wants our audience to help him with, and that's picking out a badass classic rock song that'll help him at the Comedy Jam. He cannot trust the Bonfire audience with that. because I don't think they want him to do well.
Right.
You know what I mean? They want to get. I think they're the ones who gave him Baker Street. Vito, you've been pretty quiet during this whole lunch problem.
Well, like, it's just Chris does other weird stuff. Like, we'll like be walking out of a door, and the second we start to go out of this one door, he'll walk all the way to the other end of the hallway to a different door.
I just want to try to get these two moving a little quicker. That's all.
Do you know how weird you look when you run down the street?
I don't care.
It's really weird.
Don't care.
The other day,
it's so strange. We're not in any rush, and he's running. It's embarrassing.
He brought something up to us the other day, to me and Gail, and then we like looked it up on the internet, and we're like, oh, like this? And he went, I don't even fucking care anymore, and then ran away.
He's very strange. He's a peculiar guy, but we want, you know what? We want to bring you into the circle of friendship here.
You want to be in the circle of friendship?
I want to be in the circle of making quick decisions and getting your food and eating it and being done with it. That's the fucking circle.
Here's the thing.
That's not a fun circle.
Chris, the fact that you claim that you, or everyone claims, I'm not going to put it on you, that you walk fast and don't really care what you eat, I would expect you to be a lot slimmer. You sound like you have the habits of a healthy person.
The problem is when I get to that food, it's mostly fried and there's a lot of it.
Yeah. And then you house instead of eat. Well, it's annoyance. It's an annoyance.
For me.
Yeah.
It's annoyance for me.
And everyone.
Okay.
Everybody's annoyed.
Okay.
I'm annoyed. Just hearing about it.
I mean, I didn't think the walking fast thing was a problem. I figured...
Yeah, when you're walking with someone, you don't want to outwalk them. When you have a group of people and one person walks up front, it feels like they don't want to be part of the group.
I'm walking point, Ron. That's all.
This isn't Vietnam, Chris. If it was, it would be really appreciated that you were out there to take Charlie's first bullet. But it isn't. I know you guys are all Game of Thrones fans, so there's this very funny thing making its way around the internet. An Irish comic was crowd working and making fun of an actress from Game of Thrones, like being an actress was a go nowhere gig. And I don't know which one it was. Do you, Chris?
Oh, it's Sansa Stark. That's Sophie Turner. Yeah, that's a huge star.
She's a big star and she's very recognizable.
But I would say this. I would be like him. I wouldn't know her. I don't watch the show. So to someone, and this happens all the time here at Sirius, that someone is a star in one world, but I see that and I'm like, oh, people are going fucking crazy for that nobody over there. You know, when you don't watch, there's no reason to know. So Sophie, what is her job?
She's Sansa Stark, the eldest daughter of Ned Stark, of the House Stark. She's now the Lady of Winterfell.
She's a badass bitch. She didn't used to be.
Like she made a couple bad decisions.
She's made some bad decisions. She was very victimized for many seasons. She was one that was like the big controversy when they were saying, is the rape scene gratuitous? But now she's a very empowered character.
So she was raped?
Yeah.
She was raped.
On her marriage night.
It was a forced marriage.
Forced marriage, forced rape.
Yeah.
And Theon Greyjoy was made to watch, which was also something people had a problem with.
Yeah. Because like the entire thing was, focusing on the man's pain of watching someone be raped as opposed to.
Right. Also, her sister from the show was sitting with her. Oh. So two people who play sisters on the show go out, and then this Irish comic is just acting like he's in show business and they're not. If you're a fan of the show, go over and check it out on the iBank. Maybe even if you're not a fan of the show, if you're just a fan of uncomfortable moments, which I am.
Amazing. Yeah, those two are two of the biggest stars in the show. Arya Stark is her sister.
I've never heard of either one of them. I heard of John something. John Winter?
John Snow.
John Snow. Oh, boy, so close with the winter.
Sexy John Snow. The ladies love John Snow.
And then I saw another thing. A guy's just rowing all the time, and they put out a funny meme about him.
That's Gendry. He's the bastard son of Robert Baratheon.
He was got on a boat, and then we haven't seen him since. This was like 3 seasons ago.
3 seasons ago. They haven't figured out what's going to happen with this guy. I doubt he ever comes back. Don't think they put that much thought into his character. So yeah, now the meme is like, oh, I guess he's just going to row everywhere, all over Essos.
Yeah, that's supposed to be the big funny meme. And then the Stranger Things kids show up everywhere. By the way, all the other networks are bitching up a storm about Netflix because they believe that Netflix is, within a couple of years, is attempting to buy every new show that exists. Everything. They will just buy and put on Netflix.
Really?
Yeah. They're going to have something like $6 billion in their war chest for just purchasing movies, TV shows, I guess stand-up specials.
Yeah.
It'll be done. It'll be fucking lights out for everybody else. So, good thing, bad thing, what?
I mean, I like what content they have, and there's plenty of shows I don't know on Netflix.
What? I mean, do you like it? I don't ever even think of Netflix until I think, oh, I remember I have Netflix. But I don't, it's just old movies.
No, there's a lot of original, like what are all the original series that they put out? They have Orange is the New Black.
They have
I don't
Stranger
watch it.
Things.
I watched all that over the course of a weekend.
They have...
Enjoyed it.
Bloodline, but that just got canceled.
Oh, did it? I watched the first season.
Well, you're the reason why it's canceled then.
Arrested Development, their 4th season, and they're probably going to do another season.
But it doesn't seem like even you guys are struggling to come up with I never watch movies on there because I have movies at my other movie channels, and they have newer movies.
Are they House of Cards?
Yeah, I don't watch that either.
I don't watch that.
I watched the first 2 seasons.
I watched Stranger Things, and then this, I'm embarrassed to say, but there was a show, it was like a sitcom about a ranch. And I sat one rainy afternoon and watched the entire.
Did you like it? I watched the first episode and I was like, this is pretty strange.
Yeah.
And
it's like a sitcom where you can say fuck or show ass. It's
right.
very odd. But I watched the entire season because it was raining.
Yeah, there was something very, very strange about it, but it made me want to continue to watch it. And then the set is it kind of reminds you of like Hey Dude or something, like the Netflix show.
Okay.
Not the Netflix show. What was that on like Nickelodeon when I was a kid? So it was like kind of shot weird as well on a weird little ranch.
Lady Dynamite, that's on Netflix.
That's great.
BoJack Horseman's doing really well.
I don't know what Lady Dynamite is.
It's a Mayor Bamford show.
Yeah,
yeah. I watched that season. See, there's another one. I watched that over the course of a weekend.
Yeah.
And then it's not the same as having your own show. Because you just watch it in a fever fucking dream.
It's a different experience. Like Wet Hot American Summer, I watched that whole series in like a night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked you not to because I didn't want you to rush ahead like we were all going out to lunch.
I can't help myself.
Now, by the way, you say that, but you never walk away from me when we're going somewhere.
That's true.
And you take all the time it takes for us to figure out where we're eating.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Do you secretly hate that about him?
Can I tell you, when we went out to sushi, and I'm not making this up, Chris was like a person, and he was very, very delightful to be with that day. Good. He had conversation, he discussed the food, he did when he liked something.
So you're capable of doing this, but you choose not to do that with me.
No.
Interesting.
Well, he probably, don't you two see something? You're in love with each other. All the rest of us see it.
No.
And Vito's in love with both of you.
Really? he nods.
Interesting.
Yes. You got me.
Everybody.
I love everyone.
Chris, you like this? There was a thing at Thrillist for best sushi in the city. Not even a mention of sushi.
What?
Sake. Not even a mention.
Now, does that make you feel angry? Because
it
it's
annoys
great?
me with Thrillist. That's what I'm saying. Because I read other lists you do. Why am I supposed to believe any of them now?
Right.
You know, or your fucking great dating advice that you have all the time on there?
I go back and forth with Thrillist.
Is it all a lie?
I just read on Thrillist that Madison Square Garden is a great dating spot, even if you don't enjoy sports. And they also said that a struggling comedian will always take you to the place that they're working. And that is true. That's like, hey, man, why don't you come meet me at the club?
It's great here.
All right, here's a big date spot for Brooklyn this weekend. You want to do it? You want to take somebody out and have the greatest time ever?
I do.
Bill Murray is bartending in a bar in Greenpoint, Brooklyn.
Are you serious?
Yeah. His son, Homer, has opened up a new place. You got the name of it, Chris?
21 Greenpoint is the name of the bar.
So as part of the kickoff, Bill Murray will be there bartending. I got this information from Earl D. And Earl said, I hope everyone likes tequila, because of a thing that happened 5 years ago. That he went down to South by Southwest and he was bartending and just jumped behind, and somebody would say, I want a Manhattan, and he would just give him a shot of tequila. No matter what, I'll have 2 beers, 2 shots. He just only did tequila for people.
Dude, I want to go. Is it just going to be completely packed?
I don't think so. I don't think anyone will care.
It'll clear out by midnight.
Damn it.
All right, here's something about the new bar and restaurant that Homer Murray is opening up. They're taking local seasonal even further. They're doing something called seconds. Discarded fruits and veg from local farms that are bruised or the runs of the litter, and they're figuring out the way to use it. Any kind of like tomatoes or carrots that farmers can't sell because they don't look as good, but they taste great. But they're high quality. We make them look pretty. So
throw it all in a blender.
Yeah, Homer Murray has been as a chef known for next level stuff. Yeah. So we'll have to see by this. I don't know whether he still has his other restaurant or whether he's moved out of that.
Where's his other one?
It's in Brooklyn. It's River Styx.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if that is still open. I would imagine.
That one, people say, it's good, but it's expensive, which means a lot of youngsters go there.
Right.
Because, once you get a certain age, you don't give a shit what anything costs anymore. Like, a little tiny potato and a stick for $16, give it to me. I don't care. I work hard and have nothing to do with my life anymore. Stop doing coke. Everything seems cheap now. Garth, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Ron.
Hey, man.
Hey, did you check out ISC documentary Now last night, season 2 premiere?
I did not see it. Is this the Talking Head one, or is it a different?
No, not Talking Head. It's parodying the War Room documentary.
Oh, yeah. I saw a clip for that. No, I haven't seen it yet.
I think you like it, man.
Did you ever see the War Room documentary?
No, I didn't. I got to check that out.
It's fucking great. Nobody was doing. I mean, this was obviously pre-reality show, but it was more like a reality show than it was a documentary. They were just following Clinton's people around in '92, and it's fucking fascinating.
Stephanopoulos is in it, right?
Stephanopoulos and the that guy that looks like a fucking lizard.
Carville?
Yeah, James Carville. By the way, I saw him at a restaurant in D.C. He seemed like he was a good-looking guy.
Yeah?
In real life. TV makes him look a lot more hideous.
Yeah.
I saw him, and here's the other thing. He was just, like, magnetic. Like, people were like, hey, James, and he was, like, coming over and talking to him, and, like, this is, I was with a general manager of a thing down there. So it's some local media political hangout. And he walked into the room, and everybody was like, oh, he's the man. And I'm like, he looks fucking good. Like, you could just see him picking up broads if he wants to. And then you see him on TV, and he's just like, wow. He's like talons out and shit. TV just fucks it up. All right, let me show you a little bit of this is the Talking Heads band. I guess they're doing a parody of Stop Making Sense. We don't have to watch the whole thing, but you just see how much Fred gets into this. What do they call Test pattern?
Test pattern.
Test pattern.
I'm pretty sure I used to see them at SUNY Purchase.
Yeah.
They were great.
Art plus student equals poor. I like to look at colors.
Sounds like
very, very funny. See, there's
really
no punchline to it. And you're like, okay, you guys are doing a parody, but you could have been a real band. Anyway, that's up on the iBang. All right, here's the update on Homer Murray's place, where his dad, Bill Murray, is going to be serving drinks to the Great Unwashed this weekend. It's the old place rebooted.
Oh.
So he's keeping the same building with this whole new start.
Gotcha.
Which is smart.
I'm going to be there. Sure, I can get in.
Why don't you try to show up with Nick DiPaolo and Colin Quinn, your two new best friends? You said Colin has a bad wheel now, too, huh?
Yeah, he hurt his Achilles tendon, and then he had some surgery. So he's got like a boot on, and he's on crutches. So he actually had to sit during the show and have his leg propped up on a chair the whole time.
What a student. Liz Fire wrote to us. I haven't heard from her in a while. She said she'd prefer it if they could shoot an entire series in hopes that the people will love it and watch the whole thing. It pains me that I could die tomorrow and never see the final season of Game of Thrones. Some people just like to have it all out there. Yeah. You know, just give us 100 hours or something.
Please.
And leave us alone. I still am going to do that with The Wire. I still will one day sit down and watch The Wire.
It's a great show.
Is it on Netflix?
I think it's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I don't want to watch a fucking computer like a moron.
Well, no.
You can hook it up to your TV, though.
My Xbox?
Yeah, your Xbox should have an app for it.
Do you have HBO?
Yeah.
Then you could get HBO Go, and the whole series is on there.
Yeah.
How am I going to get HBO Go? My phone?
You can get it on your computer, your phone.
Your Xbox.
Can I get it on my Xbox? That's all I
care it's
about.
on your Xbox.
No, you're acting like it's not, though.
No, it's on your Xbox.
Vito, is it on the Xbox or not?
Yeah, but then I got to go around and click things. And
yeah, you do have to click a lot of stuff.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to click stuff all the time.
It's just like Netflix. Don't worry. And everything's there.
Yeah. I use them all. I do Netflix, HBO Go, and Amazon Prime.
You should get a Roku.
I saw the trailer for the Amazon Prime for the Woody Allen yesterday.
So?
He's old.
Yeah, he's old, too.
Very old. Yeah, it's like a 60s movie. But you want to like this, it looks like the person that's with him in every scene is the prosecutor from About Last Night, or It Happened at Night, or whatever.
The Night Of.
The Night Of.
Yeah.
You know the prosecutor that we had? She's in the Woody Allen thing.
She is so fantastic. She was so good on that
I just
show.
hope she doesn't shit the bed with this. You know?
Yeah. Right now she's like high up there.
I mean, there was a
you have nothing but down from here.
There was a line where Woody said that he's allergic to tear gas, and I'm like, that sounds like a Woody Allen line. I don't want to go. I'm allergic to tear gas. It's my eyes burn. Hot plus student equals poor. Kaepernick says he doesn't want to kneel together and will leave and will release
policy proposal.
Yeah, I don't understand why he thinks we need to see his policy proposal. You're a backup on a bad team.
I don't want to kneel forever, is what he's saying.
Here's some changes that we can make that are very reasonable. All right, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get Colin Kaepernick to stop kneeling.
He's going to hurt his knee that way.
He's not using it for anything.
No. They wouldn't even put him in on Monday night.
I know. They're fucking not even to mop up. They're up 28-0. By the way, I saw today that the number one selling jersey in America right now is, Chris?
Garapolo?
No. Vito? Number one selling jersey in America. Online, at least.
Is it Kaepernick?
No.
Is it Manning?
You of all people should know this, Gail. Carson Wentz.
Are you serious?
Suddenly number one after having one game where he threw for 2 TDs and like 280.
I love it.
Everybody's buying into the hype.
Dominating.
Art the student. And then that fucking other guy for the Rams isn't even suiting up.
Goff. Yeah, Fisher's out this season. I think they finally should get him.
If I were to get any jersey, I would get a Sproles jersey.
He's great.
Because one, he's great, and two, it's like an actual size.
Right.
Like his actual jersey would fit me.
I know. You could be a little fucking scat bat.
That's why I love him. It's like I feel like he represents the little people.
All right, Trump's son. I'm just looking at this on TV. Trump said that if Trump put out his taxes, it would distract from his message.
It's understandable.
Like we're all just gonna be just studying them nonstop.
Somebody said that they know because of a rebate that he got that he makes under $500,000 a year.
Really?
Yeah, because you wouldn't get this rebate for home ownership in New York if you made more than that. It just automatically gets set out by the computer that you get a check. What is this? Watching people eat is coming to America. That's yours, Chris.
All right. So in South Korea, the biggest thing online is watching women eat food, do nothing sexual. It's like a cam girl, but all she does is eat food, and men pay them cash, give them tips as they're eating food.
Are you trying to get them fat?
No, the theory is, or what they explain as, is these men in South Korea are so lonely that they want to feel as if they're eating dinner with someone. So now
that is fucking the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's really depressing.
They got no one to slurp noodles with.
Where is this?
In South Korea.
Why are they so lonely?
I think because there's a problem with men picking up women in South Korea. There's just too many men and not enough women.
I have a solution for you.
Okay.
China has the opposite problem. China has they have some name for it where what it translates to is extra women.
I thought that they aborted most women.
It was one of the unwed or something. I think it's China. I hope I'm not being incorrect.
I always thought that China, unless you had a son, you aborted it because they were only allowed to have one kid. And now their problem is there's no one to take care of old people. Because men just don't take care of old people. Just not in them.
Is it in China? Maybe I've got the wrong country, but there's another country.
Probably in Cleveland.
They're called extra women, surplus women, leftover women, or something like that. Because there's too many women in their country. They're not all going to get married off, so they end up just kind of being old maids.
Well, they call it what it actually is, Weight Watchers.
So now the Twitch, the
Twitch.
Bedrock.
There's a sound on the road where the hills go called Bedrock.
Twitch.
The video game.
Rock is gonna roll with all his might in Bedrock.
Twitch.
They're going.
It's a swinging town, so come around to Bedrock.
Twitch.
They're going to bring it to America. That's what they want to do.
I'm sorry, I'm confused with all the music.
It's not really clear to me.
What do you mean they're going to bring it to America? They're going to bring the internet here? Your fucking story doesn't make sense.
Women are starting to do this on Twitch, the video game app. Video game streaming
Twitch. Why would you bring up Twitch again?
It's what the app's called.
What about the way outs? Are they doing anything?
Not sure.
That's where the fun is. That's where the sun is. Trump just proposed a $4.4 trillion tax cut.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I could use that extra trillion.
Yeah, no one paid taxes for, I don't know, a couple of years of a term.
That'll be fun just to see what happens.
Yeah.
Be like the fucking Purge. Trump ought to just say, look, did you see the movie The Purge?
You guys like that movie, right? There's 4 of them now. They keep making purges.
Purge is one of those movies I'll reference, and I have no idea what it's really about, and I've never seen a Purge.
I saw the first one with Ethan Hawke.
I saw half of the first one. I loved it.
You can't wait to see the second part.
Sounds like you did.
Rich, what's up, buddy?
Morning, Ron.
Hey.
Just listening to Chris Stanley say Jeff Fisher was going to get fired this year. I don't know who's dumber, the Rams or Stanley, because the Rams just signed him to a 3-year extension this morning.
Dude, let me just say this. Who are you going to find better than Jeff Fisher? He's a really good coach. Yeah, they got off to a bad first game, but they got a ways to go building that team. They just got the number 1 draft pick, and he hasn't been playing yet. You're not going to find better coaches than Jeff Fisher. He's a good coach.
I know. I like Jeff Fisher. I do. He went to a Super Bowl. He's a great defensive coach. But it's just that game. I jumped on the bandwagon. That game was just so horrible on Monday night.
I get it. It's a bad game. But is there a better coach out there not working than Jeff Fisher? The answer is no, sir. No, sir.
He's great at beating the Seahawks. He's really good at it.
I'm so curious. What's Vito doing over there? He's got his back turned to us, and it looks like... What do you do during the show?
Making sausage?
No, I'm not making sausage. I'm just getting some stuff ready and just helping out our intern Nick at night.
Well, what are you getting ready? Because I'm just curious. I'm not running you down. I'm just
some stuff for the
sandwich time.
Yes.
What is it? You don't have the sandwiches, do you?
No, I'm just I'm making sure the knife is good.
He's sharpening the knife, Ron. He just has a whetstone back there, and he's fucking just going at it. I want to be able to. I want these sandwiches to be fucking cut evenly.
Did you demand that he whetstones the?
That fucking knife is sharp. This kid doesn't know how to sharpen a knife. He's going to destroy that. That's a fine piece of cutlery.
I know how to sharpen a knife.
You don't know how to sharpen a knife. You were talking today. You don't even know what a sex club is.
No, I just don't. I just didn't know that they were this common. I can't believe it. I was with a girl last night, and she told me she's been on 4 dates where 4 different dudes said to her the first night they met, "Hey, would you be interested in coming with me to the sex club I go to all the time?"
You grew up in New York, right?
Yes.
There used to be 800 more sex clubs in New York than there are now.
No, I know all
They're
about
everywhere.
those, but
They're
like
very popular.
now?
Yes, now.
I had no idea sex clubs were even a thing. She was telling me these dudes were like, oh, like she told me first date a dude pulled over on the side of the road and was like, so do you want to go into the back seat and piss in my mouth? And then she was like, no.
That's not a sex club.
Thank you. Oh, no, and then he said,
pissy back
and
seat.
then he also was like, I go to this sex club. Another guy was like, I'd like to see you get rammed in the ass at a sex club by another dude.
All right,
that really
can I just point out
off.
to this girl of yours, right, that you're in the friend zone with? You're meeting fucking people on Tinder, right?
This is where she's getting these dates.
Yeah, she's not meeting people at work and they're saying piss in my mouth. She's meeting people on a sex app. Then she's confused that there are sex clubs or perverts that want to be with her.
Look, let me tell you, every club is a sex club when I arrive.
That's interesting.
Okay. That's the way I do.
First of all, you don't talk like that.
Yes, I do. This is the real me.
No, it isn't. We've been talking to you all morning. You don't sound like that.
I'm glad I can finally be honest with you.
You sound like you had a trach done.
Because it's so sexy, right?
I don't understand. I mean, I guess that would be sexy if somebody wanted to be with someone who shot craps for a living.
They do.
But why are you and your dumb friend confused? You meet someone on a sex app, and they're not looking for dates, they're looking for sex.
No, but I'm not even shocked about, I just didn't know that sex clubs were this common.
There's been like multiple profiles on by GQ and like Vanity Fair.
I bet there's one in the building he lives in. He lives in New York.
Can I just say something? Could they all be talking about the same sex club? 4 different guys.
Oh, yeah.
Same sex club.
I mean, did she catch the name?
Is it like a membership thing or is it like an official club? Like
here's the thing. I'm going to explain it to you. You go to comedy clubs, right?
Yes.
You know that there's mainstream comedy clubs that everybody knows about. But then any place that has a small room could also do a comedy night. So someone could say a sex club, and it's someone's apartment who's renting it out to dudes that want to be fucking kicked in the nuts or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I had this big fascination that it was like you had to like go through a membership process. You had to be vetted. And
you let the word club get in your way. Yeah. That was a fucking mistake.
Club really got in my head.
You know, we have Wall Street here, and those are stressed out perverts with a lot of money, and they don't give a fuck what they do. I mean, there's a million movies about this.
Where else are they going to see ass to ass?
Stanley's apartment.
Come one, come all.
No.
Why'd I say that?
He was just disgusted with his own asshole.
He's just in the middle. No.
That is fucking gross. Because it makes it seem like you're nibbling on nuts. Don Lemon belongs to a sex club. It's a very common thing in this city. Wolf Blitzer has a sex club.
There's multiple sex parties.
But those guys, I feel like go to these like ones that I had in my head, not like some dude's apartment.
Some are, but look, here's the thing. Is there a casino in New York? Could you and I go find a card game
easily
for high stakes in the next 5 minutes?
I could make a call right now, Ron.
Yeah.
So does the mob run sex clubs?
Normally, yes.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's some sex clubs, and then there's other people who just run sex parties and throw them in different.
But a lot of times
You've
the
heard of a
mob
sexy
finds out
party.
about it. They go, look, we'll keep this safe for you.
Yeah.
You know.
But like running a sex party is different from like having a sex club.
A sex party is a once a month roving sex club. It just goes to different places and people fuck each other.
Now club went from in my head being like a big fancy club to like just a club.
All right, here's the confusing thing for you. That it takes place in your head. The fact that you think of that as a space inside my head, it's a really. You want it to be like what kind of club? Like the Yale Club? Like the Harvard Club?
No, I wanted you to walk in. I wanted there to be red lights everywhere. I wanted there to be dark corners of rooms, red couches, leather.
Some of those
People
places are
walking
like
around.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Some
now,
of them like it.
now I'm finding out there's studio apartments that are just set up like this.
No one said studio.
No, man, come on.
It's not enough room.
How you gonna fucking throw an orgy in a studio?
First of all, I could put a studio apartment in your club. Sarah Murray belongs to a sex club.
Oh yeah,
Colin Powell is in a sex club.
DC definitely.
That's what fucking happens. Yeah, DC has a lot of fucking weird places.
So your issue is what you were imagining. It's all eyes wide shut.
Yeah, I was imagining like, you had to like show your card at the front.
Card. Who's
You got a
gonna laminate
spa. You got a spa confused with this.
I thought it was like with your gym. Like you sign up and you decide if you want to pay more money for month to month or you pay one like smaller fee for a yearly commitment.
What the fuck?
How you doing with your gym membership?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel good about myself.
Good.
I feel myself getting stronger.
That's
daily.
all that matters to me.
Build that
Every
muscle.
day in every way you're getting stronger and stronger. That's all I want to see happen.
Thank
Now,
you, Ron.
you said a thing in about Friend Zone today too. A place that is your club, Friend Zone Club.
That's my sex club.
Yeah. No sex club. He belongs to a no sex club. You do
Sounds fun.
Yeah. So what is the latest on the Friend Zone?
So now the friend zone has a hand logo that is actually a hand gesture. The logo is
this up on the iBank, Chris?
Yes, it's going
Okay.
on. Yeah.
the logo
Mhm.
is one thumb up on one person, and then another person comes in and they make a half a heart, and it represents the mismatched situation going on in a friend zone situation.
So the reasoning behind this is like there's all these corny pictures that like people will take a couple and you're making a heart together, but where the girl should be making the other end of the heart. She's giving you the old thumbs up.
Doesn't this negate the whole friend zone thing? Like
It's like she's
acknowledging it?
mocking.
Yeah.
And
Well,
they're
first of all,
aware.
he's not a friend. He's a suitor
Yeah.
who doesn't go away.
And she's a woman who doesn't want a suitor.
Right. At least him as a suitor.
Right.
I don't know.
But yeah, friend zone. I thought friend zone was supposed to be a lie,
Yeah.
not a real thing where he's like, "I really want to be with you," and she's saying no, but you can carry my groceries.
Let me $50.
I know girls who are like, "Oh no, he's in the friend zone. He's in the friend zone."
He's in
But
the fuck
that's
zone.
cool.
The other dude's in the fuck zone
Why isn't it just friends? Oh, I'm friends with him.
because he's sexually attracted.
Yeah, like if
So
you're
they are
just-
purposely zoning a space for somebody who likes you.
exactly specifically like if a guy likes her, then she'll say friend zone. But if me and you are just friends, then we're just friends. You know, like I'm not trying to get up all in there.
I'm gonna
Hell.
call. I'm gonna call shenanigans on it. I
Okay.
don't think you have any girlfriends who say somebody's in the friend zone. I don't think it's true.
You can ask Sarah that.
Who's Sarah?
I don't know who
Just a
Sarah
friend
is.
I have.
It's
girl
probably
just made
someone
up.
else.
Is she?
It's not real.
Is she in your friend zone? Because I thought it was Telemash. He was in here the other. She was in here the other day, and Vito was like, "Yeah, let me get your number in case we need to have you do something." Still got your number. They'll just stuff like that.
Text you.
Hey, this is you, right?
Hope you heard the show today. Chris really put his foot in it this time.
Won't believe it.
I do have friends that are girls that say like well, he's kind of in the friend zone because
about you.
No, not about me. I mean, that would be pretty mean if they just said that to me.
Yes, that's what we're saying. That would be mean to say to anyone.
No, not to me. They'll tell me about guys in their lives.
But do those dudes know they're in the friend zone?
They probably think they are in their head, but they've never said it to their face.
Everything's inside that head of his.
See, here's the thing. Anyone who thinks of themselves as slow playing is a creep. That's a fucking creep.
Yeah.
A guy who just hangs around until she's drunk enough or hurt enough that he can swoop in and take advantage.
Sad.
Yeah. Because let's suppose this, Vito. Let's suppose say your buddy Chris, right?
Yeah, me.
You guys always want to go to lunch together and stuff.
Mm.
How would you feel if the back of his head, and I'm speaking in your language, that he was thinking, man, I fucking just want to bang Vito, and I hope one day he gets drunk and I can.
I'll tear that shit up.
See? Wouldn't that be creepiest thing ever?
That would be a really sad thing to think you were friends with someone and they're just trying to get up in that ass.
Change friend zone to creep zone, and it'll make total sense to me.
Hey, Vito, have another pint of vodka.
Pint. He's serving him pints.
That's so terrible.
Here, drink this, buddy.
He's just pulling little fucking pints out of his jacket pocket. I know just what you need. I know just what you need to take the edge off. Take a little pilly with that too.
Aren't you going to drink too?
No. I can't get hard if I drink.
What did you say?
Yeah.
Just kind of sounded like you said you can't get hard when you drink.
Whatever, drink up. Wash that pill down. These are good pills and good vodka. Thanks, buddy.
You're very welcome.
I'm starting to get a little stoned.
Good.
Looks like the friend zone just turned to the rape zone. That's horrifying.
She put me in the friend zone, but she's in my rape zone.
Like, girls talk about it with the same mild annoyance. Like, God, I'm in the rape zone with this guy, and I know I'm going to get it. I really do. He knows where I live. We're friends.
That's so fucking disturbing.
Yeah.
Look, he's back in the sharpening that blade. That's all he can think about.
I swear to God, that thing is sharp.
Every time Vito gets a second, I'm the barber of Soulville.
She thinks she can put me in the friend zone, huh?
I'm the barber of Soulville. You're fucking nuts, Vito.
You're a creep, dude. You're a fucking creep.
No, we made up that thing about the rape zone.
That's true. He's not going to rape anyone.
He doesn't have vodka and pills.
This is the situation.
That's how people end up with a bad reputation.
Greg Stone is asking me how many potato chips he should get.
One. Just one chip.
One single chip.
Nice big bag, Greg.
Yeah. You got some cash for him? Some Johnny Cash?
Oh, yeah, I got some sweet cash.
Are you going to pay him even if he wins?
I'm going to pay him if he's not going to win.
I'll explain this to everyone. So both these guys live in the same neighborhood. They each bring up sandwiches on the show. And who was in here? With
Andy Fiore.
Andy Fiore, who works here, and you hear him on the bonfire. He's a very funny guy, but he's a gruff dude. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, he's a man's man. And then him and Greg started to laugh at Chris.
Yeah.
And it was when Chris was, I think, kicking alcohol, or you were kicking
right
smoking.
at the beginning of it.
Yeah.
I was all fucking beat up.
Yeah, so, I mean, he was going through really bad.
Yeah, he was in a weird place.
You know, he was going through twitches, and he had all kinds of weird shit going down.
Twitch.
Rock is going to roll. So Chris gets really mad at them that day. I mean, real mad.
Pissed.
And like 3 days later, he's still doing stuff like, you know who's a dick is that fucking Greg Stone.
Any way to bring him up, I would fucking just jam that into the conversation.
And somebody would say something about something tastes disgusting. He goes, then Andy Fiore would love it because he eats shit every day.
Yeah.
So chill out, dude.
They were like, dude, these are our buddies. So we finally said sooner or later we would have this sandwich contest. So who's judging the sandwich contest?
You, Ron Bennington?
Yeah.
Gail Bennington and Anthony DeVito.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
We wanted to have Hard Rock Johnny do it, but suddenly we find ourselves in his friend zone.
We've been friend zoned.
Yeah. He wants to have a meeting about if we want to do Thanksgiving again this year, which, we haven't even discussed yet. And he can't understand it in this heat, but it's coming fast.
Yeah.
Because we always do that show, pretty decently before Thanksgiving, but it's still summer. I mean, it's not even like, it's Indian summer. No, it's just summer.
It's straight
Yesterday, I'm coming home and I get caught in a beautiful summer rain.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was just like sunshiny and this nice rain, and people were just walking with their faces, towards the sky. No one was running from it. I'm like, there is something weird going down,
Yeah.
This is mid-September.
And it's a full-on summer day.
Finally, I just said, wake me when September ends. Wait a minute, I had to write that down.
It's kind of poetic.
It should be a great fucking song somehow. I wouldn't know what it means, though. So we're going to do this sandwich testing today.
Yeah.
Did we work out the amount of chips that we need?
Yes,
Because I really don't need a chip. I'm not having lunch
just
with
for our
these guys.
enjoyment, I guess.
I know.
It's
I'll
thoughtful.
just be like, this is good chips. Both sandwiches suck. So the third judge is
Anthony DeVito.
Everybody loves Anthony DeVito.
Yeah. I saw him last night because he opened for DePaulo.
Oh, is that right?
Incredibly funny. Yeah. Very funny dude.
It's always amazing to me how the good comics know who the best up-and-coming guys are.
Yep.
Just happens immediately. There's there's nature to that somehow. Or nurture. I'm not sure. I never can understand what's more important, nature or nurture. I don't know. Matter of fact, I call them both nurture.
I try to nurture nature.
Because I'm a nurture lover. And they're like, what? Chris, you were just nailing that water down.
Thirsty.
Yeah.
So hot.
Are you nervous about the sandwich contest?
Fuck no.
Not even slightly nervous.
No, I'm not nervous at all. Because I know I'm going to win.
You have my word. I mean, I don't care. You guys cannot tell me what sandwich each place is, or you can. It will not change me.
I know.
I am too dedicated to saying what the best sandwich is, no matter where I go.
I wouldn't want to soil the name of a sandwich place that deserved to win.
That's interesting. Soil it,
I don't want to take a big shit on it.
All right. That makes sense. All right, there's another contest. I don't even know if we want to do it yet. And I told them not to do it to me on the air, but both Vito and Gail believe that they do an incredible Bane. They're the last people that have come up with a Bane impression.
8 years ago.
Yeah, I've been doing it since then.
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
Doing it since then.
I feel crazy then if it's been 8 years since Bane.
Oh, it's been 4.
You know what's funny, though? You could have said 4 and you would have got the same response from me. 4? Really? My problem with years is I always still think 9th grade to 12th grade. And if I haven't seen someone in 4 years and we just act like it's normal now, I'll think to myself, that's like not seeing anybody when you were a senior. You hadn't seen them since 8th grade. You'd be flipping out if you were a senior and you just saw someone from 8th grade.
You're back?
You'd be like, where you fucking been, dude?
So much has happened.
But now if I see somebody in 4 years, I go, oh, yeah, let me finish that story. I was just telling you.
I just remember things a few months ago. That's when it happened. It's the last time I've seen people. It's weird.
Yeah, I know. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think it's because too much internet, too much information.
Yeah.
That we can't place time anymore. We can't figure it out.
We're falling out of time.
We're a man out of time.
Will you still love the man out of time, Chris?
Yes.
You say that.
He's weirdly forced to say it, and he didn't know the correct response. He didn't know if there was a normal response.
He said it like a little abused boy. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes, I do. I will still love the man.
I guess I'm the fuck puppet. You finally grabbed this song. This is the best beginning of any song in history. You know, it may be impossible to figure out who, God bless you.
Thank you.
Who wrote the perfect song, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was Elvis Costello somewhere in there.
Yeah, because he is beautiful, it's like always beautiful music, but he's such a good lyricist.
He's an amazing lyricist. I had to send him a quick note about that. Dear Elvis Costello, not Presley.
I hope this letter finds you well.
Sometimes I forget and think that you were the first Elvis.
I really just pulled a muscle in my neck from sneezing.
No, you didn't sneeze. That's your problem, and I beg people not to do. Don't hold your sneeze in. Let it go.
Oh, I did let it go.
No, you didn't. I heard you did one of those things.
Ow, my neck really hurts.
Yeah. Well, you could end up killing yourself like that.
And my right eye.
That's a stroke. You just had a stroke.
Oh, God.
Great. Now I'm stroked out.
Stroke me, stroke me, stroke! Yeah, can we work on those lyrics a little harder? It sounded like you just said stroke me, and then you yelled stroke. Vito, you're finally loving Paul right now, right?
I gotta give it, man. Friendship is just killing it right now.
It's been killing it for 9 weeks, at least.
His first impression was so negative to me that I just hated him.
Can I tell you something? He thought negative would win when he was with the Rough Boys. The gender fluid Rough Boys. As soon as that blew up, he changed. He might be closer to that personality. I'm not saying this is the person with the best personality. I'm saying this is the person who played the best game. And last night, seeing them there with James and Nicole, who I like both of them. They're both nice people.
Yeah.
Who don't you like?
I just don't like James.
Because he's Asian?
Because he just seems very stupid.
Oh, he's dumb.
Yeah, but he's a nice fella.
I guess he has a good heart.
But that being said, I will be disappointed if it is anyone but Paul.
I said that 9 weeks ago. Even I would have picked him over Victor.
Yeah.
Victor is good at running around and finding the duck or whatever these dumb games are they play.
Good balance.
I don't care about that. That isn't the game to me. The game is having strategies to get yourself to the end.
I have a spoiler alert.
Don't give it to me. Because tonight's the last night, right?
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
But tonight we find out who the final two are.
No, there's no show. It's the last show is next Wednesday. There's no show tonight.
The next show's Friday.
Oh, there's a show this Friday.
Wait.
There's no show tonight. There is a show Friday, and then next Wednesday's the finale.
Why don't they have a finale on Sunday?
I guess they don't want to go up against football.
Then quit earlier. We don't need it to go on this long.
But I know who's won the first part of the.
I know.
show.
I don't. Why would
I don't want to know that.
If I could just find out tomorrow.
Okay.
Do you definitely know?
I know for 100%. 100%. I know who won.
Is it James?
Do you want me to tell you?
No.
I don't want to know. Don't. He wants to say it so bad. He's so weird.
It's just the first part. So, I mean, we don't know who's in
First part's incredibly important.
It's an endurance comp.
Because then, well, not that part, but you can make a deal with the other person.
Yeah.
Do you know, Vito?
No, but he just fucking said it was an endurance comp, so I have a good guess.
It's always an endurance comp.
Yeah.
I do have a really good feeling, though. No matter what, you have to bring Nicole to the final two.
I don't know.
James has so many friends in the house. Nicole made so many enemies in that jury house.
But listen to what Dee said the other day.
Well, those things are so. The jury house is the fight might have been real, but everything else, like when they're just casually, when they're just painting, doing arts and crafts.
Can I tell you something? Day belongs in fucking prison. If a man would have done to a woman what she did to that fucking no-neck Jersey boy last night, she would have went to fucking women's prison.
But she didn't hit him.
She stood over top of him.
Yeah, she did
forcing a confrontation.
Yeah.
If I do that to Vito, you're starting a physical fight with Vito. If he did it to me, he'd be fired. If he stood over top of me like, what the fuck you going to do? But the fucking HR would become, you can't do that. That's you're not trying to start a fight at that point. You are physically intimidating another person.
This is how I felt about it. She looked terrible because she goes bananas for no reason, and she gets very into his personal space, and she's going nuts. He looks terrible because he just always, like, he's such a pussy, like the way he reacts to things, and you can just like see the fear, like he's all trembly and weird. And then on top of that, those two look terrible, and I think Z looks the worst.
Okay, but first of all, it's none of our business what those two do.
Right.
Okay? If they were two gay people and someone said that they were second that they were together, the fucking country would come apart.
Right.
There is nobody that should worry about that. So first of all, she's bullying from that aspect of who should be hooking up with who. Second, standing over him like that and screaming with her fist clenched.
Yeah, she went crazy.
That is physically trying to intimidate somebody. And if he would have came up fucking firing, just fucking smoking her, I thought he would have been in his right because she took an attack mode at him.
Yeah.
If two guys do that to each other, you're coming up fucking firing. It's already started. So
he had to immediately put his hands back and just be like,
yeah, he had to fucking play that game
exactly.
like this is hockey.
Like the fucking cops were there. Like, well, there's nothing in my hands, I'm not touching anyone.
And then when Flathead came in, and you suddenly break the format that they're there by themselves and drag the person out. No, forget about it.
I love that guy. Slowly walking into the frame. Like, oh shit!
I'm not even supposed to be doing it. You can see he wanted no part of it. You know.
Well, Bridget annoyed me in that situation because she was bullied in the house by everybody she was like defending.
Yeah, she was treated like shit.
Bridget made muffins for everybody one day, and Zakiya yelled at every single person for eating them and then threw them away.
This house has been weird. The jury house is just a clusterfuck. Godspeed, Paul.
I'm just saying this. Whether that guy is a nerd or a jerk or whatever, you can't get fucking physical, you know?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that is being physical. Because if somebody did that to me, let's say a woman did that to me, there's no way I don't beat her ass immediately. Like, there's no fucking way.
No, that was a physical thing to do. It was a physical thing to do. And then later she's like, that's not the real me. No, it is the real you, because we've saw it happen on another season. You maintaining is not the real you. That's you trying to invent a new you.
Right.
But your real core is a person who doesn't like something, so you physically go after it. And what is it that she doesn't like? Two fucking people are sleeping together, and she doesn't think they should be. And she yells, you lay with this? You lay with... Well, fucking, is this the 1800s? We lie with people? I'm not going to sleep sitting up. That's not my fucking deal.
Do you lie with him?
I worry about Corey in that house, if they'll beat him up now.
Oh, no. Not Core Dog.
Corey was really shocked that fucking James sent him home. He was hurt.
He was hurt. He thought for sure that James was going to be loyal to him.
He can feel emotion, Corey.
I know he can. When anything Christmas related comes up.
Did you guys think...
What a weird thing.
Did you think Victor was getting a little too touchy with Nicole?
He always has been on season now.
He's a very handsy guy.
But like that was real, like when he was just like kissing and like really going in those deep hugs, and even Paul was like, you got to calm down, man.
That's them.
Yeah. Everybody victimized. Paulie was the villain because he did that to Natalie.
But some people, you know what I mean? Some people don't come across as creeps. Some people do.
Yeah. Victor came across like a nice dude.
Yeah. Like fucking sweetheart.
Except for week 2.
I don't know what that means.
All right, he looks like Jon Snow, so people call him Juan Snow.
I didn't even know this.
It's funny and racist together. You know what I mean? It's like a nice little thing.
Oh, that's what I think about all racist jokes. Funny and racist. I didn't know that there was a cutoff point.
Let me see a picture of him next to Jon Snow. Because I get the hair.
Yeah. All this is lost on me. Well, Victor is a guy who should never wear a hat, because every time he wears a hat, he doesn't look as attractive. I would have called him Zorro, if anything. I think he's got a Zorro look.
You also got to cut that beard down a little.
Oh,
never remove the beard, Vic.
No, it's a good look.
It's a hipster beard, not a fucking dude bro beard like you're always loving people. I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see the Juan Snow.
Yeah.
It's Juan Snow, man.
Juan Snow, it makes sense.
All right, before we do the sandwich contest, should we do the Bane contest today or no? All right,
we can do the Bane
Now, you
contest.
both think that you do a good Bane.
Right.
Who wants to go first? Should we flip for it, or you just decide?
I can go first, yeah.
Now, by the way, Chris, you're with them every day.
Mm-hmm.
You never offered to judge because you're not in the friend zone.
No.
With them.
I didn't even know they did a Bane impression.
But
we tried to tell you about it.
The amount of people that you worked with over the years that you didn't bother getting close to, and now the fact that you're close with Zito after he no longer works here, when you fucking treated him like shit when he worked with us.
Terribly, yeah. And he was a member of Knife Club, original member.
An original member.
Because there's been new members.
Not like these fourth generation members.
Okay, ready? Stand. Nobody cared about me until I put on the mask.
I'm just going to say that. That was so good. Vito, I don't know if you want to do this. I'm actually shocked by that.
That was really good.
Can I hear it one more time?
Nobody cared about me until I put on the mask.
I feel like I'm watching the movie.
Of course.
Vito, do you want to try this?
Yes.
Okay.
You think darkness is your ally. You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. Why, I didn't see the light until I was a man.
All right. I hate to say tie, but they're amazingly good. They're amazingly good.
That's surprising.
What do you think?
Why are you disgusted?
I didn't think Vito could pull it off.
I thought that they both... First of all, the weird thing is I think they sound like each other.
Wow. We hadn't even considered a tie. Because we were both very confident that we had the best band.
Could I give you guys an idea here? You do a song called Bane Says, and you get that out there. I know we might be forced.
I'm done with Sergio.
All right, let's see if I can do it. No, I can't.
I can't do it.
I can't do it. Wanted to, though.
I actually figured out that I could do the impression of Bane because I was going to a wedding and I found out that the mother of the bride's name was Bane. So for the entire weekend, I was saying things like, thank you so much for RSVP to the rehearsal dinner.
That's
just like
so
everything
good.
she did.
Vito,
Be sure to sign the guest book.
When did you start doing your Bane?
I just kept bringing it up. People would say stuff, and I'd be like, I would just say, you think darkness is your ally.
You just take it easy.
It's all right. I think that makes me
I don't know where to vote on this, Chris. They're too good a Bane. All right, John from Oregon wants to weigh in. Go ahead. I'm having trouble. There we go. John, what's up, buddy? Yeah.
Hey there, Ronnie. Hey, first off, I got to say, Gail, spot on.
Okay. Great.
And, Vito, you kind of sounded more like Yoda.
Oh, I don't know. I thought that they were both really, they were both really good.
Yoda sounds more like Grover from the Muppets. I don't think
that's because it's
like
the
Grover.
same guy, Vito.
Come on.
Grover played Yoda?
I really do like the idea of this Bane Says song. I mean, I don't see it having a lot of legs. It would be really funny.
I don't know him nothing.
That's good. See, that's good because I know those lyrics.
Yes.
I already know the lyrics.
Bane's voice.
Yeah. I thought Vito was really good though.
Vito was good, but I could hear Vito more. Like I think Gail is completely lost in the Bane voice.
All right, just relax.
Why do you guys get so excited?
I know.
They get really excited.
Jack the fuck up.
I'm talking now.
Yeah. I'm trying to throw out a point.
It's my time.
God damn, I don't know why today is so funny to me. Everything is fucking ridiculous. Oh, God damn it. I forgot my Virgin Mary necklace today. I'm afraid that I'll get shot in the street or something. I won't have that on. And then it's no come in, buddy. No entrance. Does that seem like a simplistic?
Do you have your pass?
Does that seem like a simplistic? Maybe I could just get a stamp on my hand. Let me hear your Bane, because they're running it down, Vito. And don't do the same line. Do something different. Okay? Or can you only do it with that line?
That's my line.
Okay.
He's got one line.
Then do half the line. I don't want it to go on for an hour.
That's too long.
You've merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. Why, I didn't see the light until I was a man.
All right. You don't think that sounds like Bane?
It sounds like Bane, but I can still hear Vito a little bit.
But they both do this one. They kept over. I bad. They're cupping over top of their mouth.
Yeah.
Calm down, doctor. Now's not the time for fear.
Let's go to Ryan over here. Ryan.
Hey, I'm just tuning in.
Yeah.
But I'm so happy. I thought I had heard the last from Kenny Allen, and here he is. It's just wonderful. Keep it up.
There's a lot of people that think that you're Kenny Allen.
I assure you, I am not Kenny Allen. I would never take the credit for that. Never in a million years.
And if she was Kenny Allen, we would have said it gladly.
Yes, I'd be doing it all the time.
But maybe Bane is Kenny Allen. What are you typing over there, Chris?
Just checking my email. That's all.
You do that during the show?
Sometimes, yes.
Why?
They tell me when guests arrive in my email.
Oh my God! We don't care what time they get here. They're our buddies. This isn't somebody for you to harass. Someone said to me, and I'm not going to say who. They go, "I would love to come back and do your show, but I can't put up with the amount of texts that it takes."
I've seen him going to town on his phone when somebody is 10 minutes away. It's fine. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay.
Have we ever done a thing if it's 5 after we're so mad that our guest isn't here?
No.
Then why do we care?
I just want to have all the information, that's all.
There's no information to have.
Yeah.
They get here when they get here.
Also, if they don't get here, they don't. The show continues on.
Yeah.
I could do Bane impressions all day, baby.
That was a Chris Stanley impression. But look, if I ever get to the point in my career that I get a call from Don or Jack and they're like, "Where the hell's the guest?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll be like, "Chris, where the hell's the guest?" But they don't do that to me. Pressure is supposed to roll downhill. If you're not getting pressure, why are you feeling it, Chris?
Why are you creating it?
No more. No more checking.
You say that all the time.
No more.
What I'm going to do is take your monitor away at the start of the show.
Jesus.
And every day take a hammer and break your phone.
Every day?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Here is Sean. Sean.
You're so Bane. You probably think the song is about you. You're so Bane.
You're just Sean Connery.
Son of a bitch.
Bane is a little bit Sean Connery.
A little bit, yeah.
Who played Bane in the movie?
Tom Hardy.
And what else has Tom Hardy done?
He was in
He was in that. What's the one?
Mad Max. He was Mad Max.
Yeah, but he was actually in some good movies.
Yeah, he was in that
Bronson.
Why can't I just finish what I was saying? I was just going to say Bronson.
Warrior.
Which one is Bronson?
Bronson is the one where he plays the guy who they call Charles Bronson.
The prison fighter.
Yeah, the prison fighter with the mustache, the big handlebar mustache. And he got huge for it.
I never even heard of this movie.
Dude, it's so good.
Now,
and he's so good in it.
Didn't he play a movie where he was a guy in Jersey? He was like a low-level mob guy in Jersey? Do I got him confused with somebody else?
I'm not sure.
This was a small film, and it was really fucking strong.
I don't remember being in that movie.
Well, look at the IMDb.
I'm going.
Oh, you know what else he was in?
What?
The Revenant. He was in The Revenant.
What's that one about?
That's
no, I don't see that. Does a bear fuck him or something?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I saw Drudge. The Drudge said bear fucked him.
They did.
Vito sounds more like he's in a Dixie cup. Vito sounds like if Bane was from the Upper East Side.
Thick as Thieves?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Was Morgan Freeman in it too?
No, I don't think so. Who else was in it? Bane sounds like he's playing with his wrestling toys. I cast my votes for Vito's Indian Bane. I don't get that one. I don't know what that means.
I don't understand it.
I thought I gave him the correct accent.
Let's hear it again, Vito.
You think darkness is your ally. You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. Why, I didn't see the light until I was a man.
All right, you end with a laugh. You can't.
You can't.
You've got to hold on to it before you let go.
Full commitment.
Yeah.
Why, you didn't see the light. What? You didn't see I didn't see the light until
I can't do it in the middle.
Saw the light.
I can't do it in the middle.
Okay?
When I saw the light in your eyes. Hi, everybody. It's me, Tom Bane Rudgren. Okay, let's hear you, Bane.
What is it called?
Nobody cared about me until I put on the mask.
Well, that's good.
really good.
That's good.
That's my strongest line. But I could just like talk like this shit all day. See, I'm like Beto. He's got the one. He's got one line. He can't go outside. He can't riff with it.
Hey, Ryan. Ryan, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Ron. The movie you're thinking of with Tom Hardy in the Mafia is The Drop with Gandolfini.
The Drop. Oh. It's really fucking strong movie.
No, I've seen that movie.
Ryan, pretty good prize closet. I don't know what you're going to get, though.
Just hold on.
Just hold on.
Just hold.
You'll get something.
Hold on, bro.
The Drop. I caught that by accident on TV, and I'm like, at first when it started, I'm like, oh, God, I feel like I saw this movie a million fucking times before about the mop-up guy who can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
You know? And then I'm like, it's kind of good, though.
It is good.
Fuck, I hope he gets out of there. I hope he falls in love with that girl and he keeps her.
You know, my neighborhood bodega, like my little corner deli, is in that movie. So he's right on my...
That's a Brooklyn movie?
Yeah, although I don't think it's supposed to be, or it's not supposed to be my neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be somewhere else, I think, but...
I had it in my mind like it was a North Jersey, Rivertown.
I don't think
it
they
could
ever...
have been Brooklyn.
I don't think they ever... Maybe they do say that they're in Brooklyn.
But it gets that thing of just how hard winter can be. Like, winter feels endless, which is hard to imagine now. You know what I mean? When you live in New York this time of year, you don't realize in a few months, you're going to be living in a different city with a different vibe, a different feel.
Yeah.
It's hard to figure that out. Like when I lived in Tampa, I just lived in Tampa. It was it. It was the one place. Here it feels like you at least have 2 or 3 strong feelings that are not like the rest of the year.
Yeah.
All right, we got a break here. We don't know where our guests are, and Don is complaining.
This is terrible.
Don has CC Jack on this.
No.
And saying, is this show produced by an asshole?
Oh, God.
Or
I got to make some texts.
He said, this guy's the Jeff Fisher of radio producing. How much longer are we going to put up with this? This game is a 28-0 rout. I'm looking forward to these guys coming in today because they're sure they're going to win.
I'm sure I'm going to win, Ron.
And you're sure that you're going to win.
Yeah, this is interesting. Well, it's going to be a joke, really, when you eat my sandwich. And you're going to laugh at them. And you're like, Chris, you're
Why
right.
do you even make the term eat my sandwich sound sexual?
Come on, guys, eat my sandwich.
I really hate any time I'm enjoying something and he does that, like, you like that? It's really offensive.
You like that, huh?
And creepy. Like, I'll just be, like, enjoying something. He's like,
just tell me,
like
tell
that?
the truth.
You like that?
Have you ever said that to your girlfriend before? Have there been a time you're like, you like that, huh? You like what Big Chris is bringing? Did you ever once?
No.
Do you do any sex talking?
No.
None?
No.
Just sit there quietly.
Yeah. No one's
Can you stop doing that, Chris?
Let me get my foot up on this bedpost. Yeah, you like that?
Chris, that's really weird.
Feel the deck.
Chris, you're so weird.
I don't do those things.
What you do?
It sounds like you do, though, because everyone's saying that you do.
Yeah, that's all it takes. It's in our minds now.
No.
It's inside Vito's head.
It's inside all our heads. And there's no way to get it out.
Oh, get it out.
God.
Wait, what?
Pull it out.
I'm going to get it out. I'm going to get it out.
Want to pull it out? Is that it?
So gross. Leaving it in, pulling it out. Leaving it in, pulling it out.
You just kept saying that.
This is Bennington. It's the Bennington Show. We're minutes away from the sandwich fight. No one knows who is going to have the best sandwich. I think you're both in trouble because I've eaten Philadelphia sandwiches, which are far superior. I'm going to even say this. New Jersey sandwiches are far superior.
We've had some really good sandwiches from New Jersey.
Thank you.
You're going to enjoy my sandwich more? I'm not saying it's the best sandwich in the world. Or
that's a problem, then.
No, I'm not saying it's... because I'm not going to try to go against the hoagie, but you're going to enjoy this sandwich more. I love it. This is my favorite sandwich.
Over a hoagie.
This is my favorite sandwich, Ron.
And that means over a hoagie.
Over a hoagie.
And you've had the Sarkone's hoagie.
Yes.
So you tell me I'm going to be eating something better than the Sarkone's hoagie. Just be honest about that. I mean, we're just guys sitting here talking.
Yeah.
Just a couple of dudes.
Of dudes.
Just sitting around having some laughs.
I don't think you're going to think it's better than the Sarcone's hockey.
It's like when people go, oh, this is something better than the 85-86 Bears. I'm like, is it really? You know?
How could it be?
Thank you. It's going to be exciting, and you feel like you got that knife as sharp as Chris wanted you to?
I think that knife is perfection right now.
Would you like to see the knife, Ron?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I don't need to see a knife. Ba-ba-ba-boom. Ba-bum-bum-bum. Is this going to turn into shit talk, though, Chris?
It depends.
There's a lot of shit talking taking place.
Yeah. It depends on these dudes' attitudes.
I will tell you this, and I know from talking to him, Andy Fiori has no respect for you.
He has very little respect for you.
Then I have little to no, you're not even little. No respect for him.
By the way, that's what Trump does. He doesn't go by what he believes is right. He just reacts to what the other person. They say the reason that he can't say anything bad about Putin is Putin has said good things about him.
Right.
If you say, I love Trump, then he loves you. If you say, I hate Trump, he hates you. That's what he thinks.
That's what his everything is based on.
This Nick and Knight was just talking football with me. He believes Carson Wentz is the real deal, and he believes very good things about your Eagles, Gail.
I feel very, very good hearing that. Because, you know, like in our house, you know, like sometimes I worry we're doing some magical thinking.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But it's good to hear that from outsiders.
Well, I'm going to tell you the truth. Well, only 1/16 of the season has happened. There's no reason to start worrying how anyone. That's why I'm not firing Jeff Fisher after one game, and that's why I'm not on the Kickstarter for the Carson Wentz fucking statue that they're building in Penn's Landing right now as we speak. It's supposed to be 780 feet tall.
Oh my God!
Yeah, and it underneath it says, "So the Son of God comes to our land." Bum, 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 bum. So, he might be my football guy, and I get rid of Chris. You haven't scoped in a while, right?
No, I'll be scoping tomorrow, giving out all sorts of picks and suggestions.
But you have a Monday night game you ignore. You have a Thursday night game you ignore. You're a betting guy. You're the guy that should be on top of this. And still no snaps out of Vito, right?
I don't think so, but I'm not sure. I'm really bad at checking Snapchat. I downloaded the app.
I'm good at it.
But I'm not much of a snapper. I don't know.
I like it because it's short.
Yeah.
It's, I think, 1 second is all it lasts. Most people go, boy, and then they're gone, and I love that. Wolf Blitzer just announced that he's going to hang himself with his own belt by the end of today's program.
Hi, Wolf.
He says he can't talk about Trump or Clinton again. He doesn't care who coughs and who won't show their taxes.
You know, that belt from your sex club was not supposed to be used for that.
All right, Trump just said he promises 25 million new jobs. There's a part of me that wants Trump to win so I can just keep feeling superior to my Trump friends every day.
Could happen.
I love it. I love it if
happen.
it does happen. I've always wanted to live through an apocalypse. Always. I want an apocalypse, but not later. I want an apocalypse now. Boom.
If the apocalypse happens, I'm probably going to join some sort of weird cannibal gang, hunting down other humans, eating them.
Why wait for that? That's probably what your fucking sandwich tastes like. The same guy who tells me I would love this sandwich is now telling me he would eat human flesh.
In the case of an apocalypse.
In the case of apocalypse, I will eat human flesh.
It's going to happen. Like, I know myself. Like, sure.
First of all, you joining a gang, they're going to eat you first, dude. You look delicious. You're supple.
Yeah, you are.
Look, guys, let's just hunt down other people. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me right now.
You've been on a slow roast for all summer long. You smell great.
Just imagining like in a cartoon, like your head on like a turkey body.
This didn't turn out like I wanted. This is supposed to be killing other people.
I imagine your gravy alone would be out of this world. And everybody would trip once they ate it.
More Chris?
for everything. If I would do anything at all, I'd put stuffing in your pockets.
Why is it? Damn it! Stop that.
Can you just chew on this rosemary a little?
Oh, where'd you even get that?
I just like to infuse beforehand.
The fallout should have destroyed all the rosemary.
Liz says Fire's talking about going to La Spada for dinner. Do it, Liz. Do it, baby. Go to La Spada.
Make it happen.
Can we please scope this? Nope. You got to ask all that before. I can't go through Ronnie B. That's got to be a Chris Stangley thing.
Old Stankley.
My name has been misspelled Stankley before, and also Stabley, which I think sounds pretty cool.
Over there. Is that my Coke way over there? I'm going to go get it.
I'll grab it.
No. You've done enough.
You've done enough. Please. We don't want that meat getting too coarse.
I don't like gamey Chris.
Despite all that running that you do, Chris.
I do.
Still you're soft.
I have good acceleration.
He does that Olympic-style walking.
Yeah, like, see, like, he kind of does.
Yeah.
Because you know how, like, when he's strangely running to a place for no reason, it's just like the legs are going. Like, the legs just go like hell. But everything else seems to stay
Torso
in position.
seems fine.
I heard...
gets those little legs going.
I heard something about Chris career-wise the other night. I heard that the Skanks are looking at him as a permanent replacement for Big J.
Really? And Chris Skankley.
This is going to be a tryout that you're doing.
Is it? Well, next Wednesday?
You know.
I didn't know. I know I'm going to be on the show with the dude who beat up CM Punk.
How'd they get him?
I think he's a fan of theirs. Like, I think, or he knows Lewis because Lewis's MMA podcast.
I didn't think anybody paid attention to that.
People love MMA.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't think they paid attention to Lewis's MMA. I know Jim Norton had a big podcast with that. I didn't know Lewis did.
Yeah, Lewis has one also.
I know he has one. I'm trying to say, I mean, I know a lot of people with podcasts, and I don't think most of them could get, let's say, fucking David Lee Roth on this show. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they're like, no, he's got a podcast. Of course David Lee Roth did it. It's surprising to me. That's all I'm saying. So would you be interested in being a permanent skank? And would that mean that you would drop out of high society like you did Dave? I'm a permanent Bennington is what is going on here. No, we know that this is all extracurricular stuff.
Yeah, this is outside of school. Your extra projects.
Would you take a job as a permanent skank?
I don't know. I have to see what they have to offer.
What are they going to? No money. You'll receive no money out of this.
like here, it's literally free. But
I just like it.
But
here.
Could you see yourself as the replacement for Big J?
I don't know if I'm a skank. Do you see me as like a skanky dude?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're definitely skankly.
Well, I only had one appearance on their show, and it was. I mean, I did.
Epic.
I don't know. I just know I was blackout drunk. I thought I was on there for 45 minutes. Turns out it was 2.5 hours.
And people not only wrote to me, but they were texting me, do you have this on?
Oh, God.
Do you have this on?
I'm sorry.
They're like, no. And you know what I was writing back to people?
What?
It's Christmas. I want him to enjoy himself. I don't want to feel like he could be in trouble on Christmas break.
I felt horrible.
Why?
Because I blacked out and I didn't know what. And I think I took $20 from Jay. Also, that
it was pretty rough because my position was actually very unique because you know how that back room is glass.
Yeah, I've never been there.
So I'm standing on the other side of the glass, and so I can see in there. And Chris looks like a mess, and I'm standing there with Barry Crimmins, who I had went to the Creek and the Cave to see Barry. And I was just kept trying to distract Barry, like, look at that over there, because Chris looked crazy. He was in there, like, smoking, drinking, like, he looked nuts in there, and I was like, oh, boy, buddy. There was no way to get you out of there.
What are we making the guys wait for?
Oh, they're coming down now.
Okay.
Nick and Knight's grabbing him.
But Barry, did you see how freaked out he was when I said I did talk to you in Montreal?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, my God.
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Well, you have to be a blackout person to think of this will be funny to say to a blackout person. And I do it constantly with people. When they're like, why weren't you at the party? And I go, dude, I was with the party an hour and a half with you. Because that kind of shit has happened to me.
Yeah. You're like,
I mean, there's locations I don't remember being.
Oh, yeah. It's in like conversations, things happening, and like major events happening. And like, but that didn't happen.
By the way, it's especially sad when everyone else had a great time. You're like, man, I don't even have memory of that great time. Like, that's the worst.
Yeah, they're telling you it was great. But this even happened to me when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't something that caught up with me. Like, I was in high school and younger, and I had blackouts.
Yeah.
And I had a major blackout when something crazy happened that apparently I was there for. I saw something, horrible. And I don't remember it. And the people that I was with remember it like it was life-changing.
Now, the weird thing about that is part of you does remember that.
That sickens me to know that.
Like, there's a part of you that maybe somewhere in your subconscious you get affected by something that triggers you, but you don't even realize it because you don't have the memory of it.
Yeah, that could possibly be true. I kind of hope that you're wrong, though. I really hope that you're wrong. I hope this is the wrongest thing you've ever said in your life. Chris, what are you doing with all that?
Setting up the mics for our guest.
Well, why would you wait till the last second?
I don't know.
And you have a team. You have a crack team. He doesn't want to answer when he gets pissed like this.
He doesn't.
No, just let him be himself.
Chris, are you okay?
I'm good.
You could just put one of them at that seat.
Yeah. Or I could go to that seat. I'm happy to go to that seat.
I'm happy to go to that seat.
No. We'll seat them at the table.
No, we're stuffed. Steve leads.
Yeah, but don't you need the table space?
What is happening, Chris? You didn't prepare for this?
I didn't prepare for this, exactly. I thought I prepared for it, and I did not.
There's Dan. Could Dan help you?
Dan?
Oh, they don't like Dan, right?
Apparently there's something going on up there.
I'll get to the bottom of it. Well, sandwich time is about to begin. Here they come.
This is exciting.
Give the announcement, Chris, or Gail, give the announcement.
Greg Stone, Anthony DeVito, and Andy Fiore are coming in studio. Greg
Good to see you, pal.
Anthony's podcast, The Rad Dudecast, is available now on iTunes.
What do you say, my man? Long time.
Anthony's performing at the Big Hunt in Washington, D.C. this Friday through Saturday. Go to undergroundcomedydc.com for tickets. And Andy Fiore, Andy's performing at Eastville Comedy Club all weekend long. And his album, Plan B, is available on iTunes.
Well, you know what? You're a stand-up comic, Greg, and everyone appreciates that about you.
I'm the most comfortable.
Yeah.
That's how I'm more comfortable with you there anyway. Ah, but now my game is afoot. I'm hot. I'm coming in hot.
Now,
thanks,
I don't know how much you guys realize that you hurt Chris Stanley the last time that you were in here over the sandwich talk, and it went on for a while with him, and he would just occasionally badmouth one of you.
I shoehorned it.
We wouldn't remember where it started from. But he was also, you would quit drinking and smoking at the same time.
Yeah.
And then they said something that hurt your feelings, which was what?
That Sal, Chris, and Charlie's the best deli in Astoria, Queens.
It's already likable.
Was bad. And they had some other bullshit deli called A&F that was better than
Andrew and
It's fun to pretend that I'm not red hot pasta sauce right now. I'm almost you're lucky I got two men holding me back. I'll break your fucking nose.
If you didn't
break your fucking nose,
Break it stone.
Chris, if you didn't have such a sad life, I'd be furious at you.
Put on undershirt!
I'm sorry, you guys have shit tasting food. All three is.
Get your life together and wear a Little League jersey like Greg did.
I like to show a little belly.
Hillside Hose, 84.
Break out your 1930s wrestling shirt.
Is this what you want? Is this what the people want?
Yes.
Wears on a daily basis.
I love it.
What? Are you?
This
underneath his shirt.
Check this shit out.
Are you swimming in a black and white photo?
You like that? This is what you want? Golf bombers.
Are we doing a strip? Are we doing a strip sandwich challenge? Because I will do that.
Are there barbells back there?
Everybody likes Coney Island in 1927.
Yeah, why doesn't that thing have stripes?
Wonderful, then.
But you wear that every day, right?
Yeah,
or some version.
It's a good look.
Yeah.
It's so deep. Let me tell you something. I hate you from the bottom of my bones. God damn it, you look good. God damn it, I respect what you're wearing.
I don't take that compliment at all.
Now that's respect, though, of saying, he doesn't like you, he thinks you has bad taste in food, but you do look like Gorilla Monsoon.
Yeah, Gorilla Monsoon is a great broadcaster. That's a compliment.
You're like Goofy about to dive into a pool with no water.
Oh, that's great. I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't know if anyone else got that, but I really get that.
No idea.
Or it could have been into a sponge or a very small... No. We were talking about Snapchat. I follow Greg all the time on Snapchat, and I get a big kick out of it.
Oh, really?
Very, very funny stuff. And
so you're the guy?
Yeah, I'm the guy, and then I also saw you guys boating earlier. I think it was the 4th of July. You were making a big deal about me going to boat.
On a boat. We had 2 men returning to the water. Men on water.
Yeah.
Couple of men in water.
Yeah. And he did like 5-10 second snaps, and I laughed at each. Like, this is very entertaining. I wish TV shows were only 10 seconds. No, your big problem was with Andy, though, right? You felt like Andy let you down.
Yeah, because Andy, he's part of Sirius. He's not here at Sirius XM, and he's jumping on this fucking A&F bandwagon. I don't
think
get
that
it.
was some sort of bridge.
He
Some sort of loyalty.
Yeah, he took the idea that you should be, you should all be here together.
Solidarity, Andy, come on. Then I have my allegiance lies to my neighbors and my fellow comedians.
I'm a fucking neighbor. I'm 2 up. I'm serious. I'm work and a neighbor.
I thought you lived under a bridge.
Kiss my ass. I live in a record-controlled apartment. You'd all want to live there. You'd all suck it.
I would love to live there.
First of all,
I'm excited. I feel you're still too hungry.
I would love.
Under a bridge makes it seem like he won't let goats go over. Number one.
Yeah, do I have to answer a riddle?
Yeah. How far do all you guys live with each other? And does anyone else expend as part of these sandwich wars except for you?
I'm on Team South Chris and Charlie's. I don't need anyone else on my side.
How far do you live from them?
Well, I live about 4 train stops. They live on the shitty
far.
Ditmar side.
What?
Wow.
You live that far and you go to that piece of shit place?
The place is amazing.
They are great. Let me tell you, they're great people. They make a great sandwich, but in comparison, this is a fucking college wrestler who's the best who's ever been next to The Rock.
The only reason you like A&F is because they named the sandwich after you. That's it.
No, before
they
that.
fucking bought you, dude.
Let me tell you something.
That's an interesting proposal.
I've been bought and paid for years ago. Everyone knows that about me. I'll sell out for a bag of chips.
You have a sandwich named after you?
I do, but he said all you got to do is print out a piece of paper that says it, and it's been 3 years. So I have to go there and present them with the paper, and who's got a printer?
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
So wait, you don't officially have a sandwich?
I do. They have the Stone Zone,
I
but
think you heard the stipulation.
he said
I have a piece of paper printed.
I went there, I markered it up. I wrote it with marker, and he was like, "Come on, Greg, print it." And I said, "Well, that's going to be another year and a half." But he doesn't have a printer either.
You don't have a flash drive or anything I can put that file on?
Yeah. Before you even get into it, though, just look at the bags. Tell me which bag you like better, right? You got this one, which says, what is, I don't know.
Thank you for your business, smiley face.
Yeah.
Which they
Or you got this one.
Yeah, I love New York.
I love New York.
Classic. I love New York from the 1970s.
I like happy faces. You know that.
Of course you do, you dirty piece of shit. You commie. You're a communist.
And I have good taste in food.
Gail, you know style. Do you have a favorite bag there?
I think that you want to go with the classic New York bag.
New York.
Because this could be anything. That could be a dollar store bag.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The thank you smiley face.
I gotta say, I don't think either one of them put a lot of thought into packing.
There's a good chance that John, who at A&F just went, "Hang on, I gotta get a bag," went outside, grabbed off the garbage, off the.
Now,
what the hell?
I'm more concerned and interested in how they wrap their sandwiches themselves. Let's take a look at just any two of the sandwiches and seeing how they present the wrapping with that.
All right, so here's A&F.
Yeah.
You got a classic wax wrapping with
Oh boy.
tape. With white tape. This? Oh, look at that.
This is a salad, Chris.
What are you talking about?
Man,
I got tomatoes.
I didn't sabotage this or anything, okay?
I don't tomato hanging out there.
I don't believe that.
There is.
A mini garden.
It's
goddamn bad.
Gail, explain. Yeah,
Gail. Take a picture because this is ridiculous.
I mean, Chris.
Low quality paper.
Bang for your buck.
I wouldn't wipe my ass with this.
Any indication of the way Chris lives his life compared to others I've never seen.
If I got this by the post office, I would have said, God damn it, why not get the insurance?
Yeah. Let's hold these bad boys. Hold them a little closer together.
Yeah, that's
beautiful. All right, perfect.
Now, Chris, I'm telling you, my grandmother owned a hoagie store in Chester, PA. That's the exact wrapping that you want. Okay? The one that you came through, no tape. I mean, that's...
No tape.
It's alarming. It looks like it got hit by a truck.
Yes. You guys trust these guys or sabotage them?
Now, Chris, I am impartial here. I would never.
Oh, please. Break, Vito. Fucking liar.
Can I also say, Andrew and Frank's bag, they put a menu in there for you?
Well, that's the receipt because I'm not trying to get taken by these people here.
75 things in the menu.
Sorry, I love
still, you know, they gave you a receipt on a whole menu.
More personal.
I also tell you what the owner said to me. I go, I just need a receipt, and he goes, how much do you want the receipt to say? And I went, I love you, you piece of shit.
I love a business like that.
Let's make it honest, but he's like, but you want to make a little money here?
Yeah.
He's like $150.
Yeah, like everybody like, $75 for 2 sandwiches. Well, that sounds about reasonable.
Don Wicklow, I'm an
Then we can all wet our beak. We can all make it.
Yeah. I walk out of here with a couple of wet beaks.
I just want a little taste.
All right, so you already lose vision, Chris.
Listen. Presentation isn't everything.
No, it isn't.
I agree.
I would say that 100%. But presentation means you care about the product itself. You know that.
I understand. Where it might lack in some maybe shoddy or sabotage packaging, it's going to win on taste. Don't worry.
Let me...
I'm not.
Let me go this. Andrew and Frank has... I'm going to Yelp. 4.5 stars.
Ooh.
Sal, Chris, and Charlie's 4.5 stars.
Interesting.
Here's the difference. Andrew and Frank, 38 reviews. Sal, Chris, and Charlie, 782 reviews.
Whoa. Can we just end this now?
No.
Well, that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
It means everything.
No.
Sal, Chris, they have a lot more reviews.
They also have one more guy. Sal, Chris, and Charlie.
Exactly.
So, you know.
That guy's out there doing the work.
Yeah.
You know, he's out there being like, come on, vote for us on YouTube.
Charlie's a PR guy. Andrew and Frank are just making sandwiches, one after another.
Yeah. I will say also the people that go to Andrew and Frank's aren't really computer people. They're sanitation workers,
detectives,
mafiosos,
a lot of
cops.
A lot of Trump votes. A lot of Trump votes.
Yeah. Wait, what was that one time they told us?
Can I tell the joke?
Yeah.
All right. So stay with me.
Yeah.
This is the joke. Anthony and Andrew was there. Andrew, I'm calling you now.
Wait, no, I'm known by Drew in the store. Never introduced myself as Drew. First time, hey, I'm Andy. I'm buddies with all these guys. All right, Drew. That's just been it forever.
That's how it stayed. The cop comes up to us next to us. He goes, hey, you're a bunch of comedians. I got a joke for you. I am not exaggerating. This is the joke. Yeah, World Trade Center. We were over at Times Square, and this Muslim guy came by and a bunch of parts for bombs. And I go, yeah? Is this first off, is this a fact? And you just telling us that? And he goes, so we threw it at the mosque.
Yeah, that was it.
That was it.
Big punchline.
How do you land that? I don't know.
He told it right to me. Well, you don't know what I am. And just the brashness to just do that. Like, this guy gets it probably at his mosque. Yeah. Like, it was unbelievable.
It was barely a sentence, let alone a joke.
That was great.
But it was, we just went, because you got this guy's a cop.
Yeah.
Can I use that? Can I take it? Oh, very weird. But they're good people.
They're good people. Your place is a little more hipster, though, you're saying?
No, this is the most blue collar. They might as well call it Trump's. This fucking thing is so blue collar. It's amazing.
Call it Trump.
No way.
Blue collar?
Andrew and Frank's their slogan: "Make America delicious again."
All right, that's great. That's witty.
Sal, Chris, and Charlie's the sandwich king of New York City.
By the way, we just got a tweet from Mayhem and Stout saying, we're sad that the Gail Ann isn't part of this sandwich contest.
She has her own sandwich as well.
I do. I have a sandwich named after me.
I have a cupcake named after me.
So we're all doing well.
We're all doing the number one selling cupcake in Chicago. I'll just pull that out about the Ron Bennington. Yeah. 8 years running. So let's take some little slices of this. And we're going to do a lunch day.
We're going to do something with it. This beef had to be settled.
Yeah, this is between them.
They had a fight.
This isn't a contest.
Little beef.
This is great. This is between because Chris Stanley held on. He's held on to anger towards
so
you guys.
tight. I am so tight. Both of you. Now DeVito by association.
Well, I'm just a judge.
That's what I feel, Ron.
First of all, everyone loves Anthony DeVito because they tell me all the time.
What? Oh, the day I met you, Chris, I said, this man is everything I want to be. He's he's funny, he's sweet. And then you brought up Sal, Chris, and I couldn't be. It was as if you took my child and put his face in a blender. I've never been so angry.
Very descriptive.
So, Vito, you've sharpened the knife, and you're going to cut these into small pieces. And we're going to try one of each. That's it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
A battle between two sandwiches.
Yeah, none of these sandwiches have ever been cut with such a nice knife before.
Well, he actually was sitting there sharpening it today. He was so excited.
I want Gail to judge it in her Bane voice.
She's very.
I like the texture of the bread.
So Bane is the new Christopher Walken.
Yes.
Everybody does.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
It's so topical right now.
I did a Bane when
Vito, you have never worked in a deli, have you?
No.
Poor technique on the cut. I can tell right away.
That's terrible.
We're not here to judge Vito, everybody.
Why are you fingering every part of the sandwich?
See, I gotta say, I'm a little upset. I thought we were all going to do a handoff. You know, you get one bite, you hand it off to the next guy, you hand it off. That's how these things happen. I'm upset about the knife. Hey, you want a bite? You take a bite, throw it over, glasses in the air.
So this isn't your typical kind of sandwich war, I guess I'm being told, huh?
In my neighborhood growing up, if somebody saw you eating a sandwich on the street, they could yell hunks, and you were forced to break off a hunk for them. Or if you saw them, you yell no hunks.
No.
And then you could keep the sandwich.
I like the idea of having to yell no hunks at someone just coming down the street. No hunks, dude. He's like so far away.
I would leave my house saying no hunks.
I thought it was a nice compliment at first.
Yeah. When I walk down the street, people go, "There's a hunk. Let's get that. I want to take a taste of that hunk."
The hunk.
No one says hunk anymore.
Yeah,
that guy's a real hunk.
Said.
Yeah, no one says hunks. Beefcake is going on the wayside.
But do you guys still use chunks for your material? Like I got a nice chunk.
Oh yeah.
When you go a piece of business, I got a sweet piece of business.
I love a sweet piece of business. I love a sweet piece of business. It's great. I got a sweet piece of business. You know, it sounds like a timeshare that you're holding out there. It's a sweet piece of business in Orlando. I'm not trying to tell anybody about.
So I tweeted out the picture of the wrapped sandwiches.
Yeah, nice.
And we have a response from our old intern Kashmir.
Oh, great! It was very fashionable.
So if you remember the well wrapped one on the top, so he says, "Top one for the street, bottom one for the streets." With his
He never liked me.
No, that's a good thing. It's like you know.
Good, you love me then.
Dirty business.
Have you guys had these Deep River chips? These are my favorite.
Deep River?
The Deep River, they got a great, they're crunchy, they got a solidity to them.
You're looking to sell out, correct?
Listen, you're looking for sponsors? My address, send as many as you can. Oh boy.
So here's what I'm trying to figure out. Am I getting one of each?
One of each.
Here? Is that it?
I think you have 4 different sandwiches, right? 2 from each store.
2 from each. We got from Andrew and Frank's the 718, which is. Do you want me to tell you, or just tell you? Or
pandering.
I know the area code 718. It already seems like you're playing it down already.
Was it bacon? Because their chicken cutlet sandwiches are the best.
Is that right?
Yes. Bacon, hot sauce, ranch dressing, chicken cutlet, some other bullshit.
Now, Vito, are you making sure we're getting the? So, this is this sandwich against this sandwich. Is that right?
Correct.
Vito?
I can tell by looking. That's one of ours.
Also, Anthony just came here for lunch.
Came here, a nice lunch, hang out with some friends.
I think we're all winners.
Yeah.
The girl at the front desk literally asked Anthony
it happened.
He was delivering her lunch.
Is that right?
I was standing there with one of the bags, with the Andrew Frank bag, and she goes, "Are you my seamless guy?" And I was like, "No, but yeah."
I think your quote was,
"But I get it.
I have enough bits."
Yeah, I have enough bits about what I look
It's
like.
sad because I feel like your career is going in the right direction. I don't want that to take you down. So Gail said she saw you opening for who last night?
Nick last night?
Yeah, DePaulo, and it was hilarious.
Oh,
it was
thanks,
so great.
Gail. Thank you very much. Yeah,
That's such a great room, too.
it's a cool room, right?
Like you just got passed over. Correct.
Are you guys eating too?
Is
I don't
this
know.
yours?
That's mine, yes.
I'll say this from the outside. It's not a bad looking sandwich.
It
Chris.
is
I'm
pretty.
surprised.
Thank you.
All right, so
It is a good sandwich. They make
outside of the wrapper, I'll give you sound, Chris. Looks better.
Well,
Yeah.
It's a little more neat.
You've got a cold, which travels better than a hot. That's
Right.
a well known. That's a well known fact. So sitting in this store might be a different situation.
All right, which one did you eat? You did the cold one first? All right, I'm gonna...
Should I commentate? They are putting them in their
I believe
mouths.
that's the bomb. Is that the
They're
bomb?
That looks like a bomb, yes.
Now the bomb, right away. I feel like I've been at any marketing meeting in fucking Midtown. This is the kind of sandwiches that they
thanks,
bring
buddy.
to you. Like, hey guys, we're gonna work through lunch. You're gonna be eating here.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. Meats, cheeses, got all the
That's the
stuff on there. The bread's very good. But it's just a sandwich
It's
to me.
just
Agreed.
I don't really see anything
Here's what I'm going
special.
to say my initial response is.
I can't.
The heat's a little much for me. I feel like it's a little... But that could be a personal...
No, I like high ear. I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to be injured when I'm eating.
No.
And I'm aware that I'm
flavors.
sensitive, so I'm not saying most people would find this too hot. This is my personal...
That is a little hot for me. Ooh, listen to that crisp Coca-Cola. I love Coca-Cola.
The happiness people have in a Coca-Cola. I hope to one day reach in my own life. That kind of joy. I haven't achieved it yet.
Yeah, did you guys start? I didn't eat anything all day. I'm ready for this. So I'm ready to rock and roll.
I already had a sandwich on the... I just couldn't... What am I... They're making me a sandwich. I said, throw one for me.
We're going out for lunch after this, right?
Oh, yeah. I'll eat 100 sandwiches. I have the body of a man who eats a lot of sandwiches. You can tell. What? It's good to be here with friends.
Let me just say this. This second sandwich this is the 718?
Is it a hot sauce type thing?
Yeah, it almost tastes like a, it almost tastes like a chicken wing sauce.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will say, here's the difference, Chris.
Okay.
First of all, you went on bread. But second, this is a unique sandwich.
Yes.
So what I'm looking for is a sandwich I've never had in my life. And that's what I'm getting here.
That's odd.
Yeah.
Why is that odd? I mean, if I'm going to go to the place that they got the sandwiches, right? I want to go. You can't go anywhere else. This is the sandwich.
It's a chicken sandwich with some ranch and some hot sauce?
And some love and bacon. It's
The chicken cutlet is also very good on this sandwich.
Yeah, they make a great chicken cutlet.
Now, here's what I think is interesting. The cold cut sandwich, the Sal, Chris, and Charlie's, is this what it is?
Just saying Italian man's name and you hit it.
It's more like something that Ron Bennington would order. I feel like the chicken sandwich is more something... If those two sandwiches were on a menu, I would have ordered the chicken sandwich. So I don't know if that plays to your preference. You know what I mean? Maybe you're going to judge it higher because you like an Italian sandwich like that.
It's a difference for me. A hoagie is a much better Italian sandwich than a New York. Oh, we don't... Look, there's just a line of one kind of meat, a line of another kind of meat, short cheese. There's not... It's lacking the food combination, you know?
Anybody can throw that together.
Yeah, I could do that in my home.
All right.
Come to my home. I'll make you that sandwich. And who cares?
That's
I'll put
nice
on
bread,
Netflix.
Thank you.
It is a good
Bread's
bread.
good.
I would agree. The heat is too much for me, though.
Yeah. Also, they're good people. I hate to have to come down on them so hard. These are good people, man. I'm telling you, from my dog off, these kids will catch it. But
They're better than those A&F scumbags.
Oh,
Wow. I mean, that's just...
I was opening up to you. I was taking it,
He
and you
was.
smacked. I thought I was.
I heard sarcasm in his voice, Ron.
No, they're good. They're good men.
Chris, have you ever...
They go to war?
I like this. This should be a show where people just eat lunch, and then you have to listen to
people love hearing chewing on the radio.
Lunch with friends.
It's perfect time because people are eating lunch all over the country right now.
Exactly.
Yeah. They should, when we're quiet, they should talk to us as if we're in the room with them. You know, it's like, well, now it's your turn.
Greg Stone, Anthony DeVito, and Andy Fiore are in studio. Greg and Anthony's podcast, The Rad Dudecast, is available on iTunes. DeVito's performing at the Big Hunt in Washington, D.C. this Friday through Saturday. Go to undergroundcomedydc.com for tickets. And Andy Fiore's performing at Eastville Comedy Club all weekend long. His album, Plan B, is available on iTunes.
Oh, I'm there with Andy this weekend, too. I didn't think to mention it. I don't mention things.
We'll get a few sandwiches.
Greg Stone will be there as well at Eastville.
Bring us food.
Yeah.
What time are you guys going on?
What time are you there?
I'm
there for all three. 7, 9, and 11.
Oh, sorry, sir.
It's a lot of shows.
I think I lost my phone. 7:30. I don't know. I'm there for all 3 shows at some point. Sorry.
My dad always said it always gets quiet when there's good food around. People are eating.
My stepdad wouldn't let us talk when dinner. He would say 6 o'clock dinner, no talking. He didn't like us talking at all, so we had to be quiet. And we George. Yeah. My stepdad had a 6 o'clock quitting time rule. He'd go 6 o'clock quitting time. I don't know what that meant. I don't know. I didn't know other people weren't doing that. Whatever you were doing, you had to quit.
It's Miller time.
Then you would eat, and then he'd shut the lights off in the kitchen, and you couldn't go back into the kitchen until tomorrow. You're laughing. So 100% serious.
So you were raised in the military. That's out.
And then he said, I know a thing or two about a thing or two.
You don't bang your mom from behind. All right, mine was just the opposite. We actually had to do time. My dad would say, go around the table, and what happened to you today? What was your day like?
That's great.
Some days I didn't have anything, so I'd lift something that my brother had said a couple weeks earlier. just switch around a couple details.
Steal material. My brother had a saucy bit of business.
Nice sweet piece of business. I can hate myself. You don't know what's
this guy's stealing my business.
Yeah. Or if I was at a friend's house and was like, hey, I'm out of town. Why not fucking just do this story?
Do your business on the road.
Yeah.
But my father expected us to have opinions and be able to defend them at any given time.
Wow.
We'd be lining up different people in the family. It was a very exciting meal.
That's great.
Yeah.
George was offended by opinions. If you had an opinion, he would, who do you think you are having an opinion in my house? Crazy, man.
My dinner was closer to the McLaughlin group. We would start. My mom would hit the opening song.
Next issue.
Jimmy Carter. I don't know yet. So you're going for a second round here, Vito?
Yeah.
Oh,
and is that a cold against the hot again, or is it?
Yes, it is. Mine is cold.
So what was
you're nothing but colds at your place?
Yeah, nothing but colds. All cold.
We mix it up.
Yeah, see, that's
like their hearts.
I feel like the other thing, A&F, myriad of selections.
Yeah.
Much better selections.
Too much, Ron.
And if you go in there, you could just say, make me a sandwich, and he says, I got you, and he'll just make you anything.
And with
whatever you want.
Deadly accuracy.
Yeah.
Also, too, I like that A&F, the sandwiches all have fun names.
Fun names.
Fun New York names.
Yeah.
I love that.
Germ.
Yeah.
The Germ.
Marzano.
Jimmy Barrow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Now-
all great guys.
Here's the thing: now the one that we ate. You both brought 2 sandwiches.
Yes.
The one that we ate first. Is that the one that you were the most confident? Like, of the 2, is that your preferred sandwich?
No, I just said, give me what you think are I said, give me the hits. The 718, was my favorite when I first went there, but I've been going there for so long that it's like I'm into the deep cuts now. You know? I'm like, what do you got under the oven?
What are the deep cuts?
What's been in the fridge for 4 years? You know? He just takes out a ham bone and an old rag.
What about you, Chris? This one here, there's a cold cut.
I prefer the classic Italian from there over the bomb.
They also,
so you're even better when it's coming.
Yes.
Okay.
By the way, today's brisket day at A&F.
Oh, yeah, brisket day is a good day.
Like a good
That's
brisket.
the other thing. They have specialty days.
Yeah.
On Thursday, you can get a nice brisket. Fridays, they got pizza. They got slices.
They're doing too much, Ron.
No, that's care.
Yeah. And I have to say that the bread The bread is usually better. It's a little wet because it traveled. So I have to.
I'm taking that into consideration.
Okay.
Don't, Gail.
Sandwich does travel.
Yeah, they usually give you a wet bread. They soak it under the faucet and say, "Take this white bread."
Chris, you're telling her don't. But the second one, the bread is in way worse shape than it was the first one.
Take anything into account.
I'm gonna go. This looks like another chicken thing.
Yeah, this one is chicken and eggplant because they do like an amazing eggplant. So I had to get that. We had to bring you the little
They're very
eggplant deal.
heavy on the chicken there, though. Very heavy.
Oh yeah. They call it chicken and F is really the name.
Thank you.
That's good.
I don't see it.
That's a nice plant.
Oh man.
See, no, you're not even acting like a person.
Right.
Like we're really thinking about it.
We're finding pros and cons with both sandwiches.
I'm in a war here, Ron.
No, you're not.
Dude, just waltz in here.
You know, you'd be better off if you just thought of yourself as among friends.
Yeah, I know. Chris is very aggressive.
I'm not the one.
The A&F faction is very cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah.
They come in here attacking me, my sandwiches.
You know, there's a lot of talk that he's going to be the new Skank replacing Big J. Big J is moving into other things, and they're looking at other skanks.
I never really thought I was skanky enough.
Yeah, you're very skanky.
You're very
skanky. Your undershirt says far different.
Yeah. You're skankier than the other guys.
I know I usually used to drink more than they do.
That's not hard. They're not big partiers.
No.
That's true.
Pot smokers, yeah.
Thank you, sir. Anthony, I love that you have said 3 words since you've been here. Just really came for lunch.
I'm here to eat amongst friends.
That's how they pitched it.
No, we're not even on the air.
I'm going to do this.
I really don't even know that my mic is on. I'm fine. I'm having a great time.
Andy, what were you wearing the night that I saw you when you were with the bonfire? What's the...
Whoa up.
Yeah, what is that all about?
I'm surprised you don't know. That's a very famous Chinese restaurant downtown on Mott Street.
Yeah, I don't
Open
know.
all hours.
I have a better Chinese food place.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Gotta bring it. Whoa, hop
Next
in the
month.
other Chinese place workers.
Sun Wan Story at 36th Avenue.
Oh, so you don't even leave Astoria. I travel. I go all around.
Fancy boy.
If you've been to Wohop, you know there's nothing fancy about it.
Chris's sandwich is far too large. Comfortably.
I got a Chinese restaurant thing you got to realize. It's like the Dragon Phoenix by my house was shut down for a while.
Yeah.
And Tita, my girlfriend, goes, "We got to go there." As soon as they opened up, she goes, "We got to go now." So we go, and I'm like, "They were just shut down for health things." She was like, "Yeah, but now's the time to go because they just fixed it. So we can't go later because they'll go back to their old ways." I didn't. That's a real I didn't realize that's a thing.
They're being watched for a while.
Yeah. Now's the time if you want good Phoenix food.
Chris's is a better sandwich than the first one that you had.
Yeah.
The largeness throws me off. And is that a yellow cheese in there?
Could be an American. Yeah, it's an American.
White American is better.
Yeah.
Even if you're going to do an American.
So this one's got turkey in the middle of an Italian sandwich. So.
Is this the bomb?
Oh, that's the bomb. I thought I was supposed. That's the bomb. You had an Italian.
Okay. All right, I see.
Yeah, the bomb. I'll tell you everything that's on a bomb. It's ham, turkey, salami, pepperoni, mortadella, American Swiss, provolone, lettuce, tomato, onion, roasted peppers.
He's got to read it off the screen. He doesn't even have it memorized.
These guys can't make a decision.
All right, so then that being said...
problems with decisions.
You know that he'll snap. You guys are having fun. You're just, throwing spitballs at the special needs child, and then he freaks out.
Actually, we need to break one more time from the end of the show.
I'll break right now.
Wait, probably break.
No, I'm breaking right now. Oh, look. He just ran through guests like that.
Oh, God.
Poor Vito. Vito, you can have my sandwich, too. I ate already. You can have... You can't hear me.
Never heard you say that ever.
Vito, you don't want to eat? Oh, because you're on the diet?
No, I do, but they're the guests, so it's their food.
That's very polite.
That is very nice, but there's more food.
Vito, come in and have some more, please.
Plus, I'm not eating. I gotta watch my figure.
Everything that I don't finish, I'm gonna throw in a bucket, Vito, and you just eat the bucket. That's great.
That's a slop bucket.
Yeah, I spit some back out like the wine people do.
My brother didn't use the slop.
Right back, Bennington.
Let Bennington know how you feel. Call 844-ROCK-GOD on Raw Dog 99, Sirius XM's Comedy Club.
back to the Bennington show. The great sandwich debate still goes on.
Yeah.
We were just talking FanDuel and football bets. These guys didn't know that you were a degenerate gambler along with your other...
That's weird. Because they could have made money last week because I said take the Broncos +3.
What's the thrill you feel when you got money on a game?
It just makes it matter. And it makes
it is true.
The excitement is just fantastic. It's that juice. Just like having money on a horse. It's fucking great.
Do you find it's harder than to watch the game to just watch now that you have this money investment though?
No, I want to watch it more.
Yeah,
it makes me even more fucking excited to watch
it. It makes you watch a game in a different fashion than you would. Now, the big Highlander contest is going on this year. Joe Montana football came through. A signed Joe Montana football. All you guys are in, but one of you guys is already out.
I lost. I lost
immediately. I'll tell you what. Seattle made me sweat out my first week. Week one's hard to pick.
I signed up late and immediately I walked in and they're like, you leave, and I walked right out. I said, hey guys, goodbye, and I walked right out.
I was trying to calm Greg down. I was like, that's a safe bet. Bet against the Bucs. You're good. I wouldn't even worry about it. And immediately.
I'm watching the thing like, you fucking pigs, I can't play like this, why I can't gamble? I'm screaming at the TV. My girlfriend's like, settle down. I'm like, you don't understand. It's Joe Montana football for Genesis. We're going to win it.
She's icing her eye.
Here's the problem with betting against the Bucs. That Jameis Winston rapist kid has an unbelievable arm. I mean, he just can on court 40, 50 yards accurately every once in a while. It's strange.
And he's got good wide receivers. So he's badass.
And yet they still feel like the Bucs to me. They feel like, I don't know.
They'll never not be the Bucs. Even if they won that Super Bowl years back, they're still the Bucs.
Like the Bucs. Yeah. There's something about them. The Jaguars, I guess, are the new Bucs. So,
nothing's ever going to happen there.
Well, something about Florida that you just don't trust them.
But even the Dolphins. I mean, I always thought the Dolphins were fucking terrible. They have
even during the Marino years.
Like, I guess I wasn't really watching football during the Marino years.
They got closed every year during the Marino years.
Yeah.
And they're the only undefeated team from the 70s. But since Marino,
it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't play football when you're in such comfortable weather.
Yeah, it is. That, you can't be a fan and care unless you've got, because you don't want the fans to have anything else to live for.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why Philly and Cleveland and Pittsburgh were always good sports towns, because what else?
Yeah, I'd say the best part is that you're on the field playing. Like, if I'm in Dolphins, I'd rather be in the pool.
Right.
It's like, let's just get this over with. I got a hot tub to get into.
Jacksonville puts a pool in the fucking stadium.
What is that all about?
I don't know.
Hilarious.
It annoys
so funny. They're just like, where's the slot receiver? I was taking a dip. He thought of better things. Whenever that years back when the Marlins went on that second World Series run when they had Josh Beckett or whatever, those playoff games, you could sit front row of the outfield. We were screaming at Sammy Sosa. It was crazy how little the fans sort of there care. When I was living down there.
We were down in 97, right?
Yeah.
So we must have seen 30, 40 games. Sometimes they would just, I'm not making this up, just give us the suite.
Right.
We would have the suite.
Wow.
We would call, we're like, I'm on the radio, can I get a suite? They're like, yeah, come on over. Get a suite. So I'm like, isn't this great? And then we look out and there'd be like 18 other people in the stadium.
And they won that year.
Yeah, they won it all.
Gail's playing second base.
Take a look around the bases. Why not?
As they got a little further in the playoffs, people start to show up, but they would literally bring in the Miami Sound Machine, Gloria Estefan, because she is the queen.
Yeah.
Like if she shows up, and it's so much different than the way we think of music, because the people down there, you take a baby, and then the great grandmother go, everybody there loves Gloria Estefan.
Right.
And they all know the words, they dance.
Right.
They're like, this is music.
Yeah.
Where we're like dividing music by genre and age.
Yeah.
They're like, no, music is playing. Well, I don't know how you pick a winner here, Chris. It's two cold Italians against two hot, chicken sandwiches.
I say just pick the cold Italians. I mean, that's the easy.
I mean, that is the way.
Do you have a category set up in terms of how to judge this thing? Did you guys think of anything?
Height. I just don't. My problem is, I've had better Italian sandwiches, and both of these hot sandwiches, I've never eaten this in a sandwich before.
Yeah.
So I'm going to lean towards something I've never had before, rather than something I had that's better than this. I don't mean that in a bad way.
I understand your reasoning.
You know what I mean?
Get it.
You might have been better if you would have lined up against 2 cold sandwiches. Both these sandwiches are mysteries to me.
Do you want to do a thing where whatever reason you give, you're able to do a rebuttal to try to sway him?
Yeah. What would your rebuttal be?
My rebuttal will be what would you see yourself going and ordering these sandwiches off this menu?
Not if there was a Wawa next door. I could just walk into a gas station and pick up a better tasting sandwich. That's the problem. I feel like I could make a better Italian sandwich at home with my Italian wife.
Wow.
You know, that's not... And I understand you don't make any of your own food.
I don't.
But neither one of these chicken sandwiches would I know where to even start with to make one at home. That's the difference.
You get chicken cutlet, you get some ranch dressing, get some hot sauce.
Yeah, I don't think
you get
so.
some subpar bread.
That's like saying a lobster tail. It's like I got a lobster, you get a tail, you eat the whole thing.
Yeah, where are you with this?
Well, I think my plate of leftovers speaks very clearly.
Oh, wow. Jeez, you left behind a lot of cold.
Wow.
There is a lot of cold left behind. I found them to be both too spicy for me. And I don't think that they're not a classic Italian.
Yeah.
And then the other issue, I think the first one was worse. The second one I liked better. It's too muchery.
The bomb.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might be leaning towards the hot sandwiches because I would have chose those off the menu as opposed to the other. But I did eat the hot sandwiches. And
I'm going to say this: if we're fishing, we're going out on a boat.
Yeah.
I'd rather have this. You're a cold sandwich.
Yeah.
But I'd probably even use that as bait.
Oh, man. Reduced
Almost
to
felt
bait.
good. Almost felt
But
good.
I'm looking at this. It looks like yours is a more famous place.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Because you're in a more famous part of town, I guess.
No, they're like a block away from each other.
No, that's what I'm... Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they're not that far away.
They're literally on the other on one side of the train tracks. The other side of the train divides the town by the train tracks.
Just older? Like maybe it's been around longer?
I never even heard of A&F before they brought it up.
I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna choke you until your eyes go black.
Try it, Stone. Please.
First of all, you're late for that. For many years.
Rescuing him from a misery that he's in. Sal, Chris, and Charlie, it's more famous. I think A&F might be a little intimidating to walk into.
Yeah.
I think that's part of it, too.
Deli.
Dude, they're just riddled with cops.
Yeah.
It's just fantastic.
The guys at the front, they're ball breakers.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta be on your game when you're ordering.
There's step foot in the place.
Overwhelming number of sandwiches. They're all named like the Guido Shuffle, Jimmy No Knuckles. Like, like it's kind of an intimidating place.
It's all guys who are rubbed out by the mafia. Right. Sandwiches named after.
Right.
That's the thing too. The best part about A&F, it's the best place to go when you're high, but it's also the worst place to go because there's all these cops.
Right.
You're freaking out, but you're high. You're just like, that's so much called the Jimmy Burrow, and then you're just eating, and it's like, why's that guy talking like that? I was super stoned there once, and this cop just starts going. Oh yeah, a bunch of times. And the guy just they knew I was high, and they just kept picking on me. They kept being like, they kept saying things like, looks like, they're not very funny, but they were like, looks like he's got the old Greentown or something like that. And I'm like, I can't tell if he's being funny or if he knows. And I just sat there for an hour.
Greentown is cop
terrified. I don't know what they said. Look, sometimes I go into stories half cocked.
Chris,
no, it was great.
Can you be around cops when you're high?
Oh God, no. No, thank you. I don't want to be around cops when I'm sober.
You get high, Chris?
Not a long time, but when I used to,
he stopped everything. He used to just be drug addict, alcoholic, and gambling. But you just kept gambling.
I just kept gambling. Well, now I just started gambling again last week.
No more booze?
But you're also worried that the gambling is going to make you drink because you like to do them together.
Yes.
Yeah.
And last week I had food poisoning, so I didn't drink.
Smart.
But I still have yeah.
Smart. Give yourself food poisoning every Friday.
That's great. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Go to Sal, Chris, and Charlie's every Friday, and that way you won't drink all weekend.
They won't do anything bad to you.
I will agree with
It'll
you,
make you
though,
feel happy about yourself.
The bread, I think, is better at Sal, Chris, and Charlie's.
The bread was very good.
Again, because it travels better cold than it does hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to start drinking again after this contest.
Why?
I would get high with you. I'm new to pot. I would love to get high with you. I'm just doing all the things that people do now.
New to pot?
New.
Yeah, Anthony, what's the statute of limitations on you saying you're new to pot? Because it's been
About 3-4 years.
now.
Well, I'm still new. I'm still doing the bit, so I do until I'm
Well,
old.
when you're 3 to 4 years in when you're 3 to 4 years into high school, I'm new to high school.
Well, thanks for throwing that out on the radio. I'm a Sal, Chris, and Frank guy now. Thanks, you just did that.
I like that.
And Frank, they took over Frank. That's so funny. They start trading guys.
Third guy. We just need 2. We just need Andrew and Frank.
That's what like hair salons do, and they get a new we've got Joanne now from Blowout. We've got Andrew from Andrew and Frank's. Just Frank by himself.
He sold out. Yeah, came with a steel chair. He turned it on John.
That's so funny.
That's the thing. It's Andrew and Frank's, but also the guy's name are John and Benny. So I don't even understand who
I know.
Andrew. It's like so confusing.
That's their last names. That's their last names.
I did know it.
I know it. The Zizzos.
The Zizzos.
Yeah.
Yes, he wanted me to get his son an internship here.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get him in.
The kid, he never followed up.
No, he said he did. He's a good kid. I talked to him last night about it.
Tell him they sent me an email.
I'll tell him to send an email. He's
Put him on my show. We'll take care of him.
That's him. I told him he could come run the Brad Dudecast.
Super nice guy.
Yeah. He wants to come into our house and just run our podcast. I said, go ahead. We don't have 3 microphones though. BYOM.
You do you do it out of your house?
We do it in my bedroom, in my bed. Not even joking.
Now, do you invite guests?
We only have 3 microphones, so we can't have anybody else.
Yeah, Soder wanted to do it. We were like, well, you got to bring your own microphone now. I don't know.
Soder wants to talk every moment of every day. That's why he wants to do it. I have to sometimes say to him, damn, we're on commercial now. So I can't go into this any deeper with you. I just want to sit quietly until we come back.
Oh, man.
Well, you have to look. Why don't you come to my sandwich place, Emerson, Lake and Palmer? It's really it's old school.
What do they have there?
It's really deep. You know, it's a whole weird thing.
We should do a sandwich challenge where you and I both make sandwiches.
Oh, that's the next one.
Let's do it.
That's fun.
Yeah.
An in-house
sandwich thing going.
Yeah.
Chris, have you ever made any kind of food at your home?
I make some tuna fish. Let's see.
Was that just to add mayonnaise to tuna?
Yeah.
Nothing else?
No, nothing else. I like it pure, Ron.
No, that's not right.
When you go out, right,
Yeah.
do you have to buy a loaf of bread, a can of tuna, and then mayonnaise?
You have described many a trip to the supermarket in the story.
Yeah. Might as well give me toilet paper, too. I don't want to be down here half an hour from now.
100%.
You ate plastic knives? I'll probably have to spread this,
I have
right?
fucking metal knives. I have cutlery. What the fuck?
I don't think people realize how much money you save when you learn how to cook.
Oh, it's insane.
Yeah, the seamless bill is fucking crazy.
It is. Mine too.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I went north of $40 on seamless in one order this week. And
Dude,
I don't feel bad about it.
Dude, you could have Blue Apron for 2 people, 3 meals for that same price.
Yeah. I know.
You would be eating 6 fucking meals for the same and better food.
And
I
way
guarantee
better
you.
food.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, Greg's girlfriend does it.
What?
Blue Apron.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
Did you zone out for a second?
I was totally not here.
He's new to pop.
We don't for that.
Just talking about it gets him Greg's looking the walls.
I trust you. I trust whatever you said. I back it up. So, of course, man, of course. I did a new thing, though. Did I tell you what I do at Othello now?
No.
Othello is a place. They have a good egg and cheese sandwich, and they deliver. So what I used to do is to do. It's like literally 2 houses down from where we live. Yeah. So I make them deliver 2 houses over. Now I ring the buzz so they'll come up. Now I leave the door open and I just say, "Come in." So the guy comes upstairs, comes in the door, brings it to my bed. I just stay in my room.
But what do you tip for that?
Oh, I give 10. If the sandwich is 5, I give 10.
All
It's a
right.
$10 deal.
I can't wait to see it.
What am I doing? I take care of them, you know? I grease everybody.
What was the move? Because I saw you do it that one morning where you did like a fake out move with it?
Yeah.
This was great.
I pretend I can't walk. It's so close to my house that it's like embarrassing that I don't just walk there. We have a wheelchair in our house. So sometimes I'll sit in the wheelchair or sometimes I'll hobble over. It's like, I got out of the wheelchair and that's why I couldn't. And the guy's always like, oh, thank you. And then I grease him up a little bit.
This is
Unbelievable.
this is why I follow him on Snapchat. He's always got a little, I'm not making this up. He's always got a little funny thing. And I'm just like, that's funny. And I can go, you know what I mean? I can go around my day. People go, oh, did you see that show last night? I go, I can't follow full shows.
I'm stoked in a wheelchair. I got
He just ordered a sandwich. It's going to be great.
But whose house got broken out into yesterday? Somebody.
Disco Dan.
Oh yeah, Dan from your comedy department. He a couple, as he put it, Rickens. Jimmy locked his place over, and I'm like, New York is sliding back where we want it to be. You know?
We need
sliding
Giuliani
back to
again.
the sevens. Yeah.
Get him back.
But Giuliani is, I don't know if you've seen him on TV lately, but he's half retarded.
I know what happened to
He's
him.
out of his mind.
Yeah.
He didn't remember 9/11.
Literally the one thing you told us to never do.
Am I crazy? Because I remember him during 9/11 being amazing. That, he was great, right? I mean,
well, this is what, see, people get confused and they act like he gave great speeches. But what he did, he just went on TV every half hour and he goes, okay, if you live on an odd street, you're getting your trash picked up tomorrow. Even streets, would you please keep the trash inside? And everybody was just like this.
America's mayor.
Okay, that's a good idea. Like, he was just really level. You know?
Right.
He was just like a dad. He was just like a dad who was like going to handle it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would watch him, and then I would turn around to my kids and go, okay, so here's what we're going to do. The city's working. Got that into his end, because no one knew what to do for a moment. And he was just like, here's what we're going to do. You know? And he was the best guy in that. But see, here was the worst thing about him. Like, he could do something great, like he'd go in and get rid of the crack dealers. And it was like, that's great. As soon as he cleaned up a neighborhood, he was like, now we're getting rid of the artist. It was like, what? Why are we doing that?
Yeah.
He would just never stop getting rid of people.
I'm good at getting rid of things. Don't stop me.
I found my niche as a mayor.
We don't need trees. Get the trees out of here. Relax, Julie.
You're an artist on an odd number street.
Get this odd artist out of here.
But he was amazing, the fact that you saw him on TV and he had dust on his fucking suit.
Yeah.
Not for 9/11, just a filthy person.
Yeah.
A lot of dandruff.
Just a dusty man.
To the dry cleaner.
Yeah. But he never, he hates Black Lives Matter because he doesn't think any cop does anything wrong. You know what I mean?
Right.
So he's so on the side of cops that somebody gets fucked in the ass with a toilet plunger.
Yeah.
He's like, no. This guy came in, ass out, wanting someone to put a plunger. And it's just like, you're fighting too much.
Yeah.
You know what deli he would love? A&F. Filled with chocolate.
He's definitely a deal. That's definitely a A&F
Rough
guy.
day for you, huh, Chris?
It hurt. It hurt today. Taking the loss.
What do you want to do next? Best ice cream in Astoria?
No, we're gonna fucking have a sandwich making contest.
I'm not eating anything that you make.
Trust me, man.
I'll eat it.
Why don't we
You guys do a sandwich making contest? I will be here. That sounds great.
Why don't we do best friend in Astoria and you just come over and hang out with me?
Wow.
Do you have a friend in Astoria? Here's a weird story.
Not
Chris
anymore.
and his friends that he grew up with, they stopped talking to him, and he stopped talking to them. And it's a bunch of guys, right? It's like
a bunch of dudes. Some dudes from high school, some from college.
like 15,
Yeah,
20
a
guys.
crew of dudes. Yeah, a
And
squad.
he did something that he doesn't know what it is, and now you're out.
Yeah, I'm out, and I don't give a fuck what they have to say about me.
I
Something.
don't like this.
I know, it's
Why?
really sad, right?
Yeah,
Why is
it's
it sad?
heartbreaking. Your
That's a
crew
lot
from
of
growing up.
Yeah, 15
really
people,
sad.
man. That's a lot of people.
People move on. That's what happens.
You're not even curious though. I would want to know what I do.
Do you know what you think you did? Did you piss on somebody? Did you?
Maybe, or blackout. Did something fucked up?
No girls were involved. That's always.
It's a girl thing. Yeah.
That
Was
was
it a
a
girl
rape.
thing?
I don't
Was it a
know.
chick?
No, I don't believe so. I don't know what happened.
Was it a deli argument?
Maybe.
Could you have done something homoerotic when you were drunk?
I don't think so. Not
think
that I
it's
know
likely.
of. You think so? Like, to grab something?
Might grab
Even
somebody's
that,
balls.
during a blackout, that's not enough.
Yeah. You know what happened to my best friend in high school?
What happened?
He's sitting right next to me. Anthony
Hey,
DeVito.
that's great.
Come on, pal.
Wow.
Yeah, we went to high school together. We got comedy together. We lived together. We don't leave each other. We eat sandwiches together.
Now, let me just say this. I'm sure you've done something to piss each other off, but you forgive. You make amends. That's what you got to do, Chris.
I owe him upwards of $2,000. So he'll never see it. He's never going to see it.
Good friend.
But you know why that doesn't
nice.
that doesn't matter? Both of them are going to become incredibly wealthy through comedy. We know this. And it'll be a funny Tonight Show story like, he still owes me $2,000. You know what I mean? They've done a string of movies. Nobody worries about either one of them, but this is what you're losing with your friends.
It's fine. I'm good being alone. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's not what I'm saying. Whatever happened can be forgiven, or it can be made up.
You should call them. Just call them. I'm not even kidding. Just call them.
Nope.
Friendship.
I'm not fucking Paul from Big Brother. I don't need the hashtag friendship.
Hashtag friendship.
See, here's what it seems like. You didn't do something. It's like they did something to you.
Did they do something to you?
Did they choose somebody over you? Christopher?
Who did they choose?
Don't talk like my mom.
Christopher.
That's really creepy.
Christopher.
Don't do that.
Christopher, where are you friends?
Christopher.
They're nowhere, Amy.
Why alone again, Christopher?
Christopher, what happened?
You could texting. What is going on there?
I'm letting Vito know something.
What are you letting him know?
He has to print an email out.
That's it? Just tell him. He's right there.
Vito, print an email out we got earlier this morning from Gail.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, can you print out my sandwich, too?
Oh,
I'll bring that later from Frank's.
Yeah, we'll get the whole thing made up for you. I'm going to give you 2 different fonts you can look at. All right, we got to wrap this up. This was delicious.
That was great.
Yeah, I'm sorry for you, Christopher.
Thank you. Greg Stone, Anthony DeVito, and Andy Fiore have been in studio. Greg and Anthony's podcast, The Rad Dudecast, is available now on iTunes. Anthony's performing.
There's Meatloaf walking by.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's on a cane.
Oh, Meatloaf.
Looks like he used a sandwich.
What would you rather
You
have?
can get Meatloaf.
I don't know. I don't even remember seeing him on a booking sheet.
He's with your friend, Steve Leeds.
Anthony's performing at the Big Hunt in Washington, D.C. this Friday through Saturday. Go to
You made
Underground.
it sound like the Big Hunt. I'm going to be totally honest there.
Hunt. Go to undergroundcomedydc.com for tickets. And Andy's performing at Eastville Comedy Club with Greg Stone all weekend long. And his album, Plan B, is available on iTunes.
Great job, buddy.
Thanks,
That's
man.
great.
Thanks
to
for
have an
having me, guys. Always the best.
Hey, is he playing it yet? Is Jack playing it?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yep.
Sweet. You getting those little
I just got the first one last month.
No.
Great.
Not too shabby. Sandwiches
Nice.
for everybody.
Hey.
Can I borrow $1,000?
You owe me $1,000.
I've heard you want to come to me
I told you you're going to be successful. I don't know if you're going to be as successful as these loans. Though. They're going very deep.
It's like a mortgage I put on my house. I just keep putting loans on this. I'll be great.
Yeah.
Come on.
Interest, of course you can.
Oh, God.
No.
He'll get his own version of Kevin Can Wait and still be living broke. Can Kevin wait? They never say. I didn't see the show.
First episode, he goes, You know what, guys? Not a big deal. I can deal with this. Really hasn't been that long.
All right, that's it for us. See everybody. Oh, we're on tomorrow morning in Opie's show.
Yeah, 7 a.m.
Cool, that's early.
Yeah, it is very early.
You get one of those egg and cheese sandwiches, so we'll see you again then and in 1974.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!